somewhere.
Real shit, nigga. Real shit, nigga. Fuck with it. Yeah, yeah, right. I really love this shit. I swear. This that big dog status, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Look, I walk through the meanest city, the darkest streets. Weight on my shoulders, scars on my feet, cracking my jaws, raw in the room, pumping the closet. Mom at work, I'm at the store, 9 in my shirt. Give a fuck about a life sentence. My life running from the cops, skipping hot fences. I'm relentless, crime addicted, non-pretended. Time I spent it, grind for digits, dimes and pennies. But I done found my vision. Just when they say I wasn't going out for shit, and I'm good now, so I count my blessings. Little niggas in the hood freestyling, I'ma still stop for sessions. I ain't out here reppin', far from a rat, but I'm bout this cheddar. Far from a gold plaque, but I'm that destined. And I'ma bring it back like I scratch records. You don't know, you better ask questions. Yeah. I come from, I represent, I'ma bring it back, I'ma bring it back, yeah. I live for, I die for, I ride for. Look, I'm waiting till the rain turn to sunshine. Sometimes can't see what's really good, like I change and become blind. Bad little nigga was a pain in the lunch line. Fighting anybody, I don't care cause I'm from 9. Master key stolen Dodge was a dumb crime. Run past, pick the can up, still a bum dime. Man, I give a fuck about a one time. Killed one of my peeps, rest in peace, I ain't done crime. You know I'm reppin' where I'm from every freaking time. Downtown New Orleans, 6 walls, second line, 7 wall, all heads, 8 ball, animals, nightfall. Yeah, you know how we roll, I'ma bring it back to the hood like I just touched down. I'm down, but still I fuck around uptown. Strap on my belly animals and walk around this thing like I'm bust down. But that was back in the, now I happen to be rapping about shit that happened. I ain't rapping to be rapping. Came a long way from scrapping, a dabbing, a scrapping, a snapping, and clapping, a magnum, nigga, let's go. Yeah, I like this ride. I come from, I represent, I'ma bring it back, I'ma bring it back, yeah. Okay. I live for, I die for, I ride for, I'm niggas still, I'm the second best rapper alive, since the best rapper alive, since the best rapper retired. But I know in my mind I ain't better than time, and I know some of the best rappers never get signed. So I smoke the best rap just to get by. Cross my heart, hold my chest, lift my head to the sky. And I do this for my poor people, all people, my downtown niggas. I see you, yeah. I come from, I represent, I'ma bring it back, I'ma bring it back, yeah. I live for, I die for, I ride for, nigga I'm from, you already know. I come from, I represent, I'ma bring it back, I'ma bring it back, yeah. All my downtown niggas, stand the fuck up. I live for, I die for, I ride for, football, yeah.
What's up, people?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
How everybody doing
Yeah.
today in the chat? Sorry for coming on late,
Hello.
y'all. We had a little technical difficulties.
That's all right. That song fire. I love listening to that song.
Our girl, yes.
Nah, for
My
real.
husband brag on it every time. You know, he know them because he from around that way. So a
I'ma
little down.
bring it back. Yeah.
He stay talking about Drizzy,
What y'all got going on
Drizzy,
today, ladies? How y'all feeling? What's up,
Dizzy.
chat?
Oh, we good.
How y'all doing, people? Well, today was a good day for me. I got to cut my grass, do some of the lawn work. My husband had came home, of course, and critiqued my work. Got my little diesel, my little weed eater. Told him I wasn't cutting it. But yeah, hey guys.
The weather was bad down here. Some people say They had hell hitting their car coming from Baton Rouge.
Ooh, girl, that's a good insurance claim. I was some hell hit downhill. I want a new car so bad, but I refuse to want a new note.
Right, right, right.
Upside down. I don't want to do no trade-ins. I don't want to do nothing. I just want to do like I always do: pay it off, get my title, and
That's
just
me.
something new
That's
instead
me.
of trading. I ain't got no time for no upside down nothing because what I want, that car ain't gonna cover.
That's me. I'm so glad I don't have no, and I pay insurance for two cars, but I'm so glad I don't have no car, no none of that. It's a blessing, boy. I ain't gonna lie. That's a
I,
blessing.
yeah, I told my husband after this I wasn't getting no more car no neither, but I be lying. I say that every other year. I say the same thing. I be like, yeah, I ain't getting a new car, and then I just go get a new car with a new note and start all over again. I ain't doing it this year though. I'ma hang in there.
I really want to buy me a vet. I want a Corvette. That's what I really
Girl,
want.
you sound like him. I be telling him, but I'm not getting no Corvette. I don't care how much weight I lost. I don't want no Corvette. That's too small. I got too many people to carry.
Yeah,
I ain't got time for all that.
that's a stingy call. You heard me?
Oh, your
Yeah.
family too big. You need that caravan that I got. That's what you
Uh,
need.
look, I would never drive a caravan. I can't be no soccer mom, baby. I need me
Hey,
a good old Tahoe. You know what I'm saying? 4x4 extended. A good old GMC Yukon or something like that. Girl, that's more my style right there. You know, I think I'm a real ninja.
That's
Yeah,
a,
y'all notice I said ninja, huh? Mm-hmm.
that part. That's a
Yeah.
lot of gas. A lot of people got rid of they big cars because that's a lot of. But on the other hand, with the family you got and all the animals you got, y'all gonna need something like that.
Yeah, girl. I it's crazy because I done
no,
had
son.
thousand cars. Like, dude, like I ain't gonna lie to say I'm so young. I done had but 50 cars, and that's a
Yeah,
shame.
me too. But
That's a
that's a
shame.
good thing. Somebody ain't have none. Yeah, that's a good
I know.
thing.
Look me, I'm gonna hop out of one and hop into another one real quick. Done had like challenges and everything. I gotta keep something nice, something sleek. You know how they
Yeah.
go.
Tell them smash that like button.
Smash that like button, y'all. Y'all in here. I need y'all to hit that like button. I need y'all to subscribe and follow if you're new. You know how it go. Y'all done been here already. I shouldn't have to even explain it, but I'm gonna explain it. Go ahead, hit that like button for me and Miss Ann and Tidy. Cause today is really a good day, y'all. Y'all gotta
Yes, it
understand.
is.
No, the prime. I'm actually not. Like I'm relaxed today. I really did have a good day, even though nothing really changed. But I'm getting back to myself because there's a lot of stuff that I just don't even discuss with y'all. So today was a milestone for me getting back in my yard, doing some stuff and all that. Just taking it one step at a time, getting back into my old activities. The next thing I used to exercise 3 to 5 days out the week. I'm about to start that back up. I'm just trying to get back into my old stuff, fall into my old habits and stuff like that. So when you do something that you ain't did in a while, in a few months or a year or two, you feel good when you reach that milestone. So I got out there.
Right,
It was like 12:30, midday heat. I was just sitting there. I was like, you know what? I showed my yard yesterday. I could go ahead and cut my grass. I ain't doing nothing right now. So I got up in that midday heat, put that good old waist train on. Went out there real snatch with my little cute little tennis shoes on and cut that grass, baby. With my little shirt slit on the side, because you gotta show a little half of the little bra boob, that was showing. Out there getting it on, baby, getting it on. hmm I like
You're,
all that.
you're a good wife.
Girl,
You're a
yes
good wife.
indeed. My husband know. Baby, I do it all. I do it all. Like one time, girl, he had got us some we was still staying in Louisiana, so we was trying to live out the yard. We ain't got some gravel. And he was like, "Oh, babe, he was working nights. He was like, I'm going to dump it. You ain't got to worry about it. I'll do it tomorrow." In about 2 hours, ask him. That gravel was laid by hand. I get it in. I'm a real ninja on a cool. I do everything with my husband. We work on trucks together. We do all that together. Drive trucks together. I just hop in and out because, see, the problem is when you do so much, like, you don't really know what you want to do. And I
Right,
be telling
right.
people that they be like, "Oh, you should just figure it out. And I'm like, dog, it's not that easy. Because when you can do everything, or well, almost everything, because I ain't gonna sit up here and cap like I could just do everything. But when you
Right.
can do almost everything, I can do anything from working on cars, anything from working on trucks, riding trucks, driving trucks, all that, cook, clean, all of that. Like, but it's like I really do too much. Like I don't know. I got too many certifications in the medical field. I got too much going on with cosmetology and esthetician. I got too much going on with the shirts and bartending and cooking, and I just do too much. So I don't really know what I want to do. I'm at that age right now. Like, you know, where you're getting into a midlife crisis. Like, you want to figure out what you want to do, but you don't really know what you really want to do. But you know you got to figure out something because you can't see. I spent most of my life skating. I ain't even gonna lie to you. A guy, that's how I know God real. Cause I just skate. I go get a job, work that job, making good money too, like $28 an hour, 25. The minute you tell me something I don't like, babe, I ain't gotta deal with this. I got too many talents. I have a job by tomorrow. I'm out of there. And when I start realizing, you know, when you married and stuff and you got a household, you can't be making them type of decisions, you know, because jobs, however long you stay on there, affects your credit. It affects when you're going to buy something, you know, because people don't care that you got that money in the bank. They want to know that you got it from a legitimate place. So if your business is like, you know, I got my LLCs, I got my sales tax permit, I got all that. But you know they're gonna make it harder for us when we go into someone and be like, oh well, we have our own business. So you really gotta have everything in line. So I've been working on myself. I ain't gonna lie. I stayed on my last job 2 years. I was so proud of myself. But June 27th, they had me a little messed up. If my daughter come to me and say, "Ma, they talking to you like that, and you just gonna let them talk to you like that," oh, I knew it was a problem. I said, you know what, I gotta go. I can't, I can't do this no more. I gotta go. Like, mm-mm.
What made it bad for me is like everything, like the majority of my life, I never really like financed too many things. When I bought my house, I bought my first house, my note was like 520, including my tax and all that. And now that I'm older now, I regret walking away from my house, but I wasn't happy with my house. But everything I always bought, I paid cash. So when it came down to me wanting to get something on my credit, they was like, you don't have no credit. So they was willing to accept somebody with bad credit than accept somebody that don't have credit at all. I never
Yeah,
really never had credit. I always bought my cards and everything like straight out cash. I never had a repo or none of that. And it's a problem. Like when you go to the lot, they be like, well, you don't have no credit. You ain't never. I said, well, I might have credit if nobody don't give me none. You know what I'm saying? So now that I'm 59, I'm trying to establish credit. But me, myself, I really don't I don't like paying like car notes, and I pay insurance for two cars, but I'm not the one. I'm not. I'm a procrastinator. Let me say that.
mhm,
So first of all, I don't like bills, even though I have bills, but at the same time, I don't have like no credit. So I'm building up credit, but I really like they be like, well, you can finance this late. Now when I went to a couple of car lots, they wanted to finance me a car, and I didn't want that. So I just bought I got a van, I got a BMW truck, but at the same time, I know I want a vet, but I don't want a car note. I don't want to I want
yeah,
but I mean, I don't know. But I be thinking, do I want to buy another house? Because when I bought the house, I was young. My children are grown now. But at the same time, I do want another house. I want to buy me another house, but I just be debating because I'm like 59, and I'm like, well, if I get a house, it's just the wealth for my grandchildren. I just be buying it just for them because it's gonna pass down to them. But
yeah.
as I'm older
That makes
now,
sense.
trying to get credit, I'm like, they be like, well, I know at one time my credit was in the five and I should be like close to the sevens or something like that. But I don't finance nothing. Now, everything I ever wanted, I went and bought. I don't care too much to be old and nobody. And
Yeah,
it's
see,
good.
but that's a lot. You know, y'all older people in the older generation, that's just how y'all are. Like, y'all don't like to owe nobody because that's how my mom is. Like, she was like that too. Mama owned her first two pieces of land before the age of 35. Both of them had houses on it and they always paid for it. And even now, like, I be trying to borrow crap by mama. I be like, man, you know, you don't want. Nope. Mm-mm. My house paid for. I'm not going to get nothing else. I don't like owing nobody. I like doing what I want to do with my money retirement. And that's just that. That's just, but it do make sense to be like that at the same time. But just like you say, they do that. Like what they would consider you as is a ghost. That's what they call y'all. because you don't have no credit line to trace nothing back. So yeah, I
So
get.
I had went to the Mercedes place and they wanted to give me a Mercedes before I got the BMW, but they wanted a big down payment. I was like, nah. So I just went on and I bought my BMW. I wound up getting my BMW. I already had my van or whatever. But at the same time, if I was with a man and I had like a family, say like if I got with a man and he had some kids or something like that, or two little kids and he a single man or something like that, and say like I was married or something like that, yeah, I would love to be in a beautiful home with the, because I'm family oriented. I like to have company, like not those evil spirits. I like that, I like to drink a little wine and stuff like that, or go in the backyard with a barbecue. I like stuff like that. But
Mhm.
me being by myself, I still want a nice house because I be looking at stuff on social media where the houses be fixed up beautiful. I like a beautiful house. I love decorating. It's only limited what I can do. You know what I'm saying? So there's only so much. Like if I could tell somebody to come in, and just do this and do that and fix my house the way I would love, I would. But I didn't ask several people like, I'll pay you to come and decorate my house for me because I got everything that I like, the stuff that I need. But nowadays, people, you can't even pay nobody. I don't know if it's jealousy. I don't know if I don't know what it is. But I
No,
didn't
it
ask.
just people just not being about their money, Miss Ann. Believe it or not, that happens with everybody. Like, and it's to the point. That's another reason why I focus on learning how to do everything myself, man. Like, I paint, lay sheet, like I do everything myself. Tiles, carpet, I can do it all. Like, cause when you
Me
can,
too. I could put up ceiling fans and all that. I could
yeah,
do
cause
all.
you be asking people to come out, like they don't care how much you paying them. They gonna be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna come. What day?" And then when the day come, they gonna try
Right.
to blame it on you. Oh wow, I sent the
Right.
text, you ain't get it. That's the type of stuff people do. Like that's because people be getting overwhelmed. They be overbooked, and they just be doing too much for a dollar.
Right.
And that's just how I go. Like with those type of people, you know what I'm saying? So it don't always be about that, but yeah, like I get what you're saying though, cause I ain't gonna lie. But you got it looking pretty good back there, my girl. Like I like that little clock you got on your wall with your little words and stuff and all that. Like I moved so much, to be honest. I started here, like I repainted my living room, got ready to put my stuff up, and my husband was like, "You just keep buying stuff." And you're not gonna stay here. Like I got pictures and stuff and everything all in my garage, just waiting to be hang up.
Me
I
too.
gotta say it like that.
Like the clock on the wall have the wrong time and I need to change the battery, but I don't have nobody to come and get it off the wall and change the battery or whatever. So I just gotta keep looking at it and hoping and wishing that somebody would change and put the battery in there. But I don't sweat the small stuff. At one time, stuff used to bother me. Like what really bothers me is if I gotta lay in my bed and they got ceiling fans. Like I don't have no dust or nothing on my ceiling fan now, but if they have dust, it's gonna bother me. It's gonna bother me to
It's
where it gotta come off. It gotta come off the ceiling fan. I am one of the people where if I see dust or I thank God I don't have no roaches. I hate roaches. I am a very clean, neat person and this and that. But it is what it is. Things that's out of my control. I mean, it is what it is. Some things I could do and some things I can't do. And I'm not gonna sweat the small stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. And
yeah.
people always say, "Oh, I can help you. I do this and I do that." And it's not like I'm asking nobody to come and do it for free. See what I'm saying? But nor here nor there. If they don't, if they say it one time and they don't talk about it again or whatever, I don't worry about it. I don't sweat the small stuff. It is what it is. I accept life for what it is. You
Well,
know.
I come down there once a month, T. I'll come change your battery and stuff. I'm gonna text you when we get off here. Yeah, it's just be small stuff like that. Like me, I don't mind helping people, and I ain't gonna lie. That's why I think God kept me for so long because I really help anybody that I can help, whether it's financially, feeding them, letting them come to my house, and just like my husband could tell you when we first met. I let people out the neighborhood and stuff like that. I had a bathroom, an extra bathroom. I let them go up in there, take their little bath and stuff, get themselves clean, stuff like that. That's the type of person I am, though. But yeah, people out here these days, they not like that. But y'all, people gotta understand, like my mama right now, I'm 35, my mama's 71. So I was raised different. I was raised on that old school law. Like when everybody else got to do things my age I wanted to do, I wasn't allowed to do that. And if I tried to do
Mhm.
it, she would have killed me. And her favorite thing is I brought you here and I take you out. And she loved to say that. She
Mhm.
still say that like I'm not grown. And I just be looking at her like, girl, you ain't talking to me. You must be talking to your sons right now. But of course, I would never say that out loud because she really gonna show me she really still like that at 71, and I ain't trying to find out. Cause y'all old school don't play. I ain't trying to find out. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So yeah, like I totally get that though. But that's the reason why I'm able to be the woman I am today. Cause like, when I was young, I used to drag. I used to be like, man, I wish I had a younger mama, a mama that was fun and stuff like that. Like when I'm growing up in my youth and stuff, like my prime mom was like 50 some years old. So she was in nah, all that sneaking out and having different boys, and I couldn't do none of that. But back then I used to be mad about it. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. I used to be, I won't keep up with the Jones. I won't do what my friends be doing. But my mama wasn't having that. That was dead. Like, girl, you right, Corey. It ain't nothing like old school, but at the same time, now that I'm grown, I'm happy that I was raised on that type of law. Cause now I know how to handle stuff in real life versus people that's my peers that I grew up with. A lot of them are on
Yo,
drugs. What's up, Bug? A lot of them on drugs, or if they
yo,
ain't on
yo.
drugs, they having multiple children, dragging. Like it's just, and I ain't trying to down them, but I'm just saying, like, because I was raised differently, I'm able to be a good wife. I'm able to be a good mother. I'm able to be nurturing. I'm able to do all of that.
What
So
up?
it's
What
funny
up?
that
What
you
up?
say that when you talking about being a good wife. They got a lot of women like in their mind, they probably consider themselves as, oh, I was the good wife or this and that. But me, the I believe being a good wife is like the only way. Let's talk about marriage. The only way a marriage could work if you have trust, communication, and understanding. And when I say trust, communication, and understanding, is mean that y'all talk. You know what I'm saying? Y'all understand each other. You know what I'm saying? Even if you have a significant like other and they have kids on the outside, y'all got kids on the outside, you got a baby daddy, she got a baby mama, y'all have to have that trust, that bond, and that understand, that communication. A lot of women feel like they are good women because they cook clean and do other things, but you nagging all the time. See what I'm saying?
Right.
So they might consider themselves, a lot of women consider themselves as good wives, and a lot of men consider themselves as good husbands. So how you could say you love me and you don't trust me? How could you say you love me when at the end of every time I leave the house, you always complain or this and that? See, a lot of people think that they really like they supposed to be together when they really not. If you with somebody, y'all constantly going at it, constantly bickering and fussing and all the time and all that kind of stuff there, maybe y'all not meant to be together. See what I'm saying? And then
Yeah.
they have a lot of women out here, like I be, as I get older, I think about a lot of stuff, right? They have a lot of
Hmm.
women that's like innocent of their husband out there cheating.
Yeah, that's
No, I'm
true.
gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. They got a lot of innocent outside women.
Hmm.
They got a lot of innocent outside women. The women's on the outside. They don't always know that their husband have a side woman because they lied. Most men lie. Women cheat too, though.
Facts.
But I'm talking about the men. A lot of men they cheat and they have they'll leave women on to believing like they ain't messing with nobody. They go home every night. They good providers. They take care of their household. But at the end of the day, what about the woman on the outside that you lied into her that you don't have no kids, you're not married? So I said that to say they got a lot of innocent women out there that got caught up and they still caught up and they up in their stuff
Yeah,
and
and
they
that's
going
fact.
along to get along.
But what see these new women in my generation, they're a little different. They could know you have a husband. They could know that that's your husband. They will try to befriend you just to get close to your husband, but they sleeping with your husband the whole time. You thinking ain't nothing going on. They coming into your posts, they harding y'all pictures, they trying to come to your house and hang with you and all that, and the whole time you not knowing what's going on. And it's like they so different, or you got the ex husband or the ex wife that realize, man, I fumbled a good one. So
No, as I ain't gonna say this. I ain't gonna say this generation because times before us, they was messing around, messing with people, husbands and wives, but they kept it. They kept it under the rug. It wasn't like out in the openings. Like if you mess with a married man, you better keep your mouth shut. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
There
but
some
now,
people was
but
raised
now,
like that. Like I don't care what a man do, long as he come home and take care of me or whatever. That's why they got so many outside children. You know what I'm saying? That's why so many else look alike.
What
Cause
up,
some people
yeah,
go
YoungG?
into
yeah,
their
and
grave. 'Cause
yeah, and you don't find out that until the people die. Cause I be saying that all the time. Like I'll be on Facebook and somebody will die, and then you will find out the whole time that people were siblings that you didn't even know were siblings, and you like, wait, when that happened? But whole time they got the same daddy. But That's that old school law. See, social media kind of just ruined everything. You know what I'm saying? Like now everybody want to be
Right.
seen. They don't really care that they don't care what you got going on at your house. They don't. They
But I
just don't
always
care.
say social media is a good thing and a bad thing. The
It
good thing is
is.
about a lot of people got exposed, and a lot of people, like men that's cheating, you get to find out who she is. You go on Facebook, you find out who she can. Facebook have taught me a lot. And when I say taught me a lot, I never thought they had so many people that was evil and deceitful and jealous of me until I realized, like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people showed their color, and I found out who they really was through social media. See what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They know how to throw the rock and hide their hand. Had they didn't have social media, a lot of people be smiling, grinning your face, and you thinking all the while that they cool with you, and all the while they backdooring you. I mean, it's
Facts.
a good thing and a bad thing at the same time.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie. I trust me. I love social media and all of that. But I'm just saying, like back, like once again, I was raised on that old school law. So I told y'all how old my mom is, so y'all can only imagine how old my great aunties was when I'm growing up and hearing the stories about how the man that walked by and threw the matchbox in the yard with the money in it and wait for the side woman to come out there and pick it up. And she been out open her mouth and say nothing, just like you said, Miss Ann. That's how it was. But nowadays, like I said, them girls would be your friend and be messing with your husband and stuff like that. And life taught me, like, because I was one of them type, like, when I'm dating somebody, like, and we seriously dating, like, we staying in the one household and all of that. I used to, when I was young, I used to be like, oh no, you ain't supposed to cheat. Why you doing this or why you doing that? X, Y, Z and stuff like that. And you kind of getting your feelings and stuff like, dang, like you giving this, because women is different from men. Like when women get in a relationship with a man, they not getting in there. No, I ain't speaking on nowadays. I'm just speaking in general. They get in a relationship more so to actually date to marry. Men get in a relationship just to date who he dating. You basically his placeholder until he figure out who he want to be with or where he want to be or if he really want to be with you. Like men see that totally different than how women see it. So it's like it puts you in a hard space as a woman, especially when you're young and you not understanding. And it got to a point where I started saying, you know what? If I'm not married, whatever you do what you want to do, but I'm gonna do what I want to do too. But see, men these days, they
Well,
not going for
yeah,
that. They
So I
cheeky.
think, as I think, like a lot of women think, like, all right, say like you marry, you in a, or you in a relationship, married or in a relationship, right? So
Hmm.
why do most women feel the need, like, oh yeah, well he cheating, I'm gonna go cheat. I feel like, to me, if he out there cheating, let him do what he do, because at the end of the day, you keep being a woman that you are, the woman that God created you to be, and let him stay out there cheating, and it's gonna backfire on him. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I don't feel like a woman should, because a man cheated on you, you should go and cheat on him. I'm totally against that. If you feel like he cheated on you and you're not gonna forgive him or you're not gonna forgive her, just separate, because it's not gonna make things better. It's gonna make it worse.
Yeah, and that's
And
fair. And I totally agree with that. But I'm not gonna sit down and say I'm not one of them people that done said it or whatever because this ain't my first marriage. I done been married twice. So in
girl,
my
I've
first
been married
marriage,
3 times.
so in my first marriage, it was totally different or whatever like that. So it was like I sit up there and like am I all right, I'm trying to see how I won't put it. Cause y'all gotta understand I ain't cursing today, so I gotta think think about my words. Now I'm thinking prime, now I'm thinking because I saw you put that in here earlier. But with my first marriage, it was like he was passive. He would let somebody, a man, woman, whoever disrespect me. I ain't like that. And I was trying to play that role like, okay, well, I'm feminine, I'm a woman, so I'm gonna let my man handle it. And my man couldn't really handle it, so we used to really get into it behind his family, his friends, and just all the disrespect, because they'll just get around, do what they want, say what they want, come in my house, go in my refrigerator. I'm sitting right there. I wasn't raised
Oh
like that.
wow, no, that ain't
Yeah,
happening.
yeah, yeah. I wasn't raised like that.
Uh-uh.
They when they
Nah,
ain't got nowhere to stay, they coming over there with their woman, their children, their dog, and you ain't telling me nothing. You just like, oh, my cousin gonna come spend a night. A night turned into 2-3 weeks.
no communication.
Yeah, no communication. It was just a whole bunch of stuff, and it's like, um, one time I ain't gonna lie. I was trying to separate from he and want to separate. So I said, well, look, we just gonna go ahead and be in an open relationship. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be in an open relationship. You do what you
open
want.
relationship.
Yeah, that's what I told my first husband.
So
because
basically, y'all was gonna be
Man,
like, y'all was
yeah,
gonna be like
like
swingers.
oh
Y'all was gonna be
dear.
like swingers.
no, not like swingers.
Y'all was
Open
gonna be
relationship
fuck
is
buddies.
Got to be
open
more careful.
open relationship for me was I go do me. I mess with who I want to mess with on the side. I don't bring home no babies, no STDs, no outside kids, no none of that.
Oh hell
And the
no.
same thing for him. That's what it was, right? Because like
I
I
think
said,
you gotta
I was
let
getting
it
to the point
go.
I ain't want to be with him no more. And like if I come to you and say, okay, I want a divorce, and you telling me, okay, well, look, I don't want no divorce. Let's just try to see if we could work it out. But in my mind, I'm telling you, we passed working it out. And like I tell people, you don't know a person until you actually move
Live
in
with
with
them.
that person.
Right.
Because when we was dating and he was coming to my house, he was different. Cause like I'm like that. Like, you know, I'm a clean person, all that. I don't like nobody just being trifling. And like when we moved in, I was able to see how trifling he was. He was a good provider and all that, but I'm like, dang, like is money worth
Girl,
my
well,
morals and my
girl,
soul?
was he pissing all on the toilet seat?
Yeah, stuff like that. He was doing stuff like that.
Got
Not
to be
only
more
was he doing
careful.
stuff
Little
like
pissy
that,
tail self.
yeah, he'll go
Nasty bitch.
like if I gotta work or whatever like that or something like that, he gotta work. He come home, he'll prepare him something. I mean, if he in the middle of cooking him something, needs
What
somebody
up,
call,
high
he'll leave all
rise?
that stuff out on the counter and all that. Like it just was too much for me. And I'm like, look, I just can't deal with that. Then you got your mama, like not all these people, all his people was church people. His grandma was the evangelist,
That's
his
what I
grandpa was a
believe in.
pastor
Things
of a
that
church.
before
And
marriage.
you know,
I
she was the
definitely
grandma was
believe
doing
that
weird
you're
stuff, like
nasty.
sending all these weird prophets to me, giving them people my number. Um having us go to like all these different churches or whatever because she trying to get these people to read me. And that just was not for me. I'm sorry, it wasn't for me. And I was just like
Right.
but I knew I was
Latri-
not the problem because he just messaged me, like literally messaged me like 2 months ago.
Whoa,
Me and my husband sit
appreciate
there and
that,
read that
Wayne.
big long paragraph or whatever like that. Like it was a big stupid long paragraph with him saying how he could have been a better husband. He should have been a better husband. I was right up with his family. I tried to
What up,
tell him
high
we
rise?
wish we could work it out, but baby, it's too late. Like that was years ago. So once you mess up with me, it's just messed up with me. Like that's just how it is. And it's like by me, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of the women that really think like a man, but think like a female too. So it's like I'm just watching all this. And the more I gotta act like a real ninja,
Hold up.
and you supposed to be the real ninja, like you supposed to be the man of us, and you supposed to be the provider. Like, how can I let you lead me? And that's like when I was telling people that like a couple of weeks ago, we got on here, we was talking about people leading and stuff like that
What?
in the
Hold up,
household.
man. Miss Pretty said she got to live with a man before she do marriage.
I mean, yeah,
She.
like that's true too. But at the same time,
Yep.
that's what I'm saying. Like practically, if you come to my house every day, you got toothbrush, clothes at my house and everything, we basically living together. But
No,
I'm
they ain't living
guessing,
together. They ain't
but
living together.
the man is at my house
They ain't, they
every
ain't,
day.
they ain't living together. Living together,
That
we gotta be on the lease together.
oh no, see, I ain't never
We
used to do
gotta
that.
be, yeah.
Mm-mm.
We that ain't living together.
I
That's
ain't never used
just
to do that, and I ain't gonna lie. I just did that with my husband like a year ago or two, and I finally added him to the lease like right after we got married. Like I don't do that, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why I don't do that. Cause
that
I done
ain't
been in
living together.
situations. I don't. If a nigga at my house every day is living together. If you sleeping there every night, you eating all your meals there, you getting up brushing your teeth in the morning, washing your face, going to work, and then coming back from work, coming to my house, you there every day. We living together. That's just like that's the rule. Any state you go in, if you let anybody
So
stay in your house more than 14 days and you
You
try to
gotta
put them
evict
out,
them
I ain't,
out. Yes.
you know what the
yeah, but
police gonna tell you?
You gotta
I
evict them
ain't
out.
talking about. Yeah, like
Exactly.
I'm talking about living together. Like I
That's
got a
living
bill
together.
in my
Like
no, I
let's
gotta have a bill in my name. Uh, nah,
I'm
I
not
ain't talking
doing
about
all
no.
that.
I ain't talking about
I
no
bet you
state
the
road.
majority of the women that's on here and that's talking ain't nobody got none of them men on their lease. The majority of them ain't
Exactly.
none of them. They got
You
all the
want to
money and
know?
the protection and all that. They ain't
You
got their
want to know
man on their
why?
lease.
Because if you gonna take a chance on leaving me stuck, I'd rather be stuck on that lease by my stuff and gotta struggle and
Oh,
pay for it
shit.
than to have you on my lease and can't get you off, and then I gotta deal with all of that. I don't have time for all that. I ain't lying. I ain't got time for all that. And
No.
my trust for people was very
But
minimum.
I
I don't care
I
who you
think I
was.
think when she's saying live together, she's saying like ain't no you could get mad and go home for 2 3 days till you see See what I'm saying? When I say go
Right.
home, I'm talking about me and you at home. That's living together. The other thing,
If
that's
he just coming there and staying there
yeah,
for a few minutes, adjusting clothes and leaving at a certain time or whatever, he don't live there. He just
yeah.
being
Exactly.
That,
there.
He was
no,
Right.
living there.
that's what Miss Pretty said. She said
No,
she
I know what
gotta
she's saying.
live. That's two different. I I
So
feel
y'all
where
gonna
she
sit
at. I
here
got
and act like men and women don't pretend. First of all, when you first get in a relationship with somebody, that first year, that's the honeymoon stages.
uh
Negroes and women will pretend they're
what
somebody
up,
else
Ray
their whole
Charles?
year. Like, so when I said you
You
don't
did
really get to fully
pretend.
know a
Oh.
person, when I moved on his side of town, because mind you, when we got together, I was staying
That,
in my neighborhood where I'm originally
that's the
from.
problem right there,
But when
Pretty.
we got on his side of town and we crossed that water and went in Tangible Whole Parish, where his people is from, I got to see the real him. I got to see all the lies you tell. I got to see how you react. Me, I have never been an insecure woman because, like I said, you got to understand I'm the only girl and I got all brothers. So I know every trick under the book. You
So
understand?
Look,
So,
so as you say, he was nasty, right? So when he
yeah.
was coming out in a couple of days, girl, and
He
using the
wasn't there a
bathroom and
couple
all
of
that,
days. He was
you
there
didn't see the
every
sign
day.
where he was pissing on the toilet. Did you
He
not see the
wasn't
sign
doing that
between?
then. He wasn't doing that then.
yeah,
That's what I'm trying
see,
to
Oh
tell
wow.
y'all.
he
The
wasn't living
honeymoon
there.
stages.
He
Honeymoon
wasn't
stages.
nah, he was setting you up and you fell for it, boo boo. See, he
Mm-mm.
was what he was doing was he was playing the good dude. Oh, I'm gonna come now, I'm a chip. Now see when a nigga get the getting there and they name on shit and nigga get the kicking their shoes and leaving them bit. That's when you gonna see who a motherfucker is when they
Well, if
really
that's
get
the
to see
case,
that.
we never lived
That's
together because
public.
everything was always in my name, cause and all. Because
Oh
when
yeah, yeah,
marriage
yeah,
come,
yeah.
you
You
ain't
gotta
taking
live
nothing.
together.
You ain't
Nah,
taking nothing.
we gotta
You
live
Y'all was
you
just
together.
going together. Y'all wasn't living together. He wasn't living.
Yeah,
Nah.
yeah.
Y'all was
yeah.
If
y'all
he
was
Well, if
got
going
that's the
mad,
case,
together.
I was
guess
going
what?
with everybody
If he got
then.
mad, he could have went home to his house because he had a house in his name. See, when you live together, that shit in y'all name. At least let me get the light bill. I gotta have some
Mm-mm.
kind of security, man. When the police come, look, I got a bill here. I got mail that come here. If he ain't got no mail coming there, or she ain't got no mail, y'all just fucking around.
Well, if that's how you
A
want
lot.
to put it. More of the story is a lot of people be faking honeymoon stage. I still say whatever it is that I feel. It was the honeymoon stage. That's all it was. Cause after that year, like I said, even when we moved on his side, everything always going my name. Cause I always had an issue with that
You have to
because I've
go.
seen where people have stuff in their name together. Then you got to go to court and all that. You got to fuss and fight over this and this and that. Like even when we went to go get the divorce, and I ain't gonna lie, I fumbled that because I didn't know that when you get a divorce at a young age, you're supposed to award stuff to people. I was 28 when I got my first divorce. When you get your divorce, you supposed to award whatever the like if you got a car, like say for instance, you got multiple cars. We had like 4 cars, right? So instead of me warding him the cars in the divorce, I just signed the divorce paper, sent it to him. He didn't want to sign it at first. The woman was like, okay, well, he don't have to sign it. Is ways around it. We're gonna give him a couple of more days. If he don't sign it, we're gonna go ahead and resend it again. I was like, all right, no problem.
Jane Brown,
So
go sit your ass down. It's not no man's world. Sit your ass down.
so so when when it came down to it, I had gave him
Right
2 of the
scream
cars.
around
Now
your
two of
hip.
the two of
Right
the
scream on
cars,
you, Jane
two of,
Brown.
two of the cars wasn't paid for. So when he got with
Oh
his new
shit.
girlfriend, the new girlfriend, she drove the car for a good little while. Then he messaged me. He was like, "Oh well, she don't want that car no more. So it's probably gonna end up going back or whatever." So I'm not tripping. So I was like, "Whatever, that's all on y'all. We not together. We divorced. You do whatever you want to do." Months later, I'm getting calls from the people with them talking about I got a repo on my name and all that. So I'm going back and forth with these people. And I got with a lawyer. She was like, "Oh, well, you supposed to water to him and the divorce is too late now because y'all done been divorced for like at this time is almost 2 years. So y'all young people, if y'all getting a divorce, whatever you don't want or whatever y'all gonna split, make sure you actually ward it to that person. So if they don't pay for it,
If he
they
ain't
not
come in with
responsible for
nothing, if he ain't come in with nothing, he ain't leaving with nothing. How
it.
about that?
Facts.
You ain't bring your
Hmm.
ass in here with nothing. You ain't leaving with a. If you ain't coming here with a loaf of bunny bread, You ain't getting now a piece of bread to take with your ass. Not at all. Not even a
And
slice.
you see what James Brown, what Wayne Newmar told James Brown, huh? Until you go to the
What
White Force Schoolhouse, it's totally different. It's totally different. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all gotta actually go through a divorce to find out how it worked. But I'm just telling y'all, but that made me learn like, okay, everything that I did in my first marriage, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do it in my second marriage. I'm gonna try to be better. I'm gonna go ahead and make it work for better or for worse. Cause I'm not gonna lie. I never saw my mom and daddy fuss or fight. I never saw my daddy call my mom out her name. I never saw none of that. Like I ain't never saw them have a disagreement. And I'm not even making this up. From the time I was old enough to see and look and pay attention and all that, I never saw that. So
Wait, Ash, I ain't never knew. So one day I went to the bank, right? And I was putting some money in the bank or whatever. And my husband was with me, right? And
uh-huh.
so the teller was in there and she was like, you don't have to get a bank account with him. You could get, and I was like, well, ain't that? I thought when you married, y'all, it's supposed to be like community property. Like your money is your money and your money, your money is, they say no. So what's the purpose of saying that it's community property and both of y'all can have a different bank account?
Because that only counts when it comes down to divorce. Because if you had to get a divorce, hypothetically speaking, and you made more money than your husband, then that would become for your husband. I mean, that's only if he want to play it like Cardi B old man and be like, you know what, I want spousal support. I want all that. I want I want everything because you make more than me. So they would have definitely took your bank account that you had separated from your husband, and he definitely would have been gave that in that divorce. So they yeah, in the beginning they tell you that you can definitely do that. I don't understand what's the purpose of it either. And in the end, if y'all didn't make it or don't make it, you make more money than him, he's still gonna end up with it anyway. And it's vice versa. If that man make more money than a woman, she gonna still end up with it anyway. Like it was one situation and scenario of a person that's very close to me. They got a divorce, right? They child is a fully grown, everything fully grown. And when they got the divorce, the ex-wife still was able to get half of this man 401k or most of his 401k. And I did not understand that because I'm like, well,
Hey,
dang,
Miss
y'all grown.
Rhonda.
And you kind of, the woman was kind of the reason he was getting a divorce in the first place. So I didn't understand that, but to each his own. That's
And the
why we
sad
just
part
got to
about
be
it is like when you have, say, like you got in-laws and you married, you have in-laws and this and that. Because like my last marriage, like when my last husband, when his mama passed away, even though I know his mama really liked me, but she had daughters that, she had a daughter that didn't like me, and we didn't get along or whatever, whatever. And I never did nothing, to be honest. But when my husband mother passed away, he wanted me to come to the funeral, right? He
uh-huh.
said, his sister said, I better not come to the church or she was going to put me out. Now, out of respect, I didn't go, but I could have went if I really wanted to go. But how y'all going to still add my name to the obituary and to the paper and stuff, but tell me I'm not invited to the funeral? You got to make it make sense. But it's okay because at the end of the day, my husband's like, oh, well, you still could come. No, I didn't been put out of many places, but not church. Got to be more careful.
Yeah, people be weird these days. Well, them days, the days, they just be weird. And I ain't gonna lie, you definitely still could have went. And for us putting you out, if you're not causing no scene and you're not being, I don't see what would be the reason. And why would you even put a name? But I guess because you was married, they had to kind of put your name in the obituary. But it just was the point. Like, I don't know. I don't even understand that. And I'm just laughing at E talking about prenuptial agreement. Like E, how much money you make to say you get an agreement like that? I ain't trying to be in your business, but I just got to know because I only hear people with money, 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 like big money say that. So E, you must be got some big, big, big money. I'm just saying I can
But it's
Lord.
just sad that a lot of women is going through a lot of stuff. Women and men, I ain't gonna just say they going through a lot of stuff. They in marriages and relationship for stability. Nobody won't leave because she feel like he make a lot of money, or he feel like she make a lot of money. So both of them they stand in the marriage, stand in relationship because nobody don't want to leave because they thinking about, oh, if I leave her, I leave him, I ain't gonna be able to survive without them. But at the same time, if you really really love somebody and if y'all together, and I mean y'all not getting along, why y'all together if y'all not getting along? But a lot of people I notice they put up a facade and go along to get along. And a lot of people paint a picture like they have this perfect marriage and they so happy and all that kind of stuff there. But it's a lot of people that's going through a lot of stuff. If you could be a fly on the wall, and a lot of people, it's a lot of people that have been together 50, 30, 40 years and they still not happy within themselves. So how you gonna be happy in a marriage when at the end of the day, I feel like this, if you get with a man or you get with a woman and they got outside children and stuff like that. If you mistreat their children and you don't want their children around and all that kind of stuff, that you is not a good wife. It all depends. If you don't get along with the baby mama and stuff like that, if you the cause that he can't see his children or she can't see her children, I feel like everybody should put their differences aside on the strength of the children if the children are small. And it's just sad. It's just sad that people can't get along, on the strength of the children. It's always, and then the children that's not in the house with the husband or the wife, they're the ones that's getting the bad end of the stick. Because if he there with the other woman and she got children, or she might have children outside of children for him, the children that's there with them is getting more than the outside children.
And I ain't gonna lie, me myself personally, I don't think that's fair. Um, I ain't really had no step siblings and all that growing up because it was just always my mama children and myself, which is also my mother's child. But far as my experience with that, I don't do that. Like what I buy, one, I'm gonna buy the outsider, and if I can't buy the outsider, I ain't buying none of them nothing. Ain't none of them gonna get nothing. That's just how I operate. But once again, I'm on that old school law because I was
What up,
raised.
D boy?
Well, and look what she said. She said men do allow that. Men allow that, and women allow that too. So I mean, it's both of them. Man, I ain't gonna always say, or it's the man. People only do what you allow them to do. See what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if you with a woman and she can't get along with your children, or she don't want your children to come over there, and y'all got to be very mindful and very careful of the women and men that y'all have around y'all children, because it might be a woman that don't like your children, and when you ain't around, she mistreat your children or he mistreat your children. And when you there, they put up a facade and make it seem like they treating your children equal when they really not. See what I'm saying? So a lot of y'all got
Yeah,
to be very mindful of the significant other when you not around and they're around your children, and
and that's
especially
fact.
to me, if you got small children like me, for instance, my children when they were small where they couldn't talk, they weren't going to nobody nursery. My children gonna go somewhere where they're old enough to say somebody did them something. A little baby, a
Yeah,
baby like, can't talk for themselves. I don't really, unless you really have to put them in a daycare. But I don't trust people that have daycare. I don't even trust some family members because they let your children get beat up and all that kind of stuff. There, one incident, my grandbaby came back from by somebody, and I ain't gonna bring it up, but I didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? But everybody turned their back on me because I was mad. I was going hard for my grandbaby, but that ain't my child. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't nothing much I could do about it. But at the end of the day, we got to watch the place where we let our children go, and we got to watch the people we let them go around. Because just like people are jealous of adult people, they're jealous of children too. See what I'm
that's
saying?
fact. I understand that. But so how you feel about this though? How you feel about a man moving on and then a woman, the ex-wife, just giving that man a very hard time with his child, knowing that the things that she's saying basically is not true. Like how would you deal with that situation? Like how would you be a supportive wife in that scenario? For as like with your husband wanting to deal with his child, but he's not able to deal with his child, and he had to go through courts and all that to set up visitation and all that. Like, what would be your advice to a young lady that's going through something like that?
Well, first of all, if he not in, a lot of women, they be bitter. They got bitter baby mama, bitter ex-wives and all that kind of stuff there. If she feel like, well, shit ain't work for her and him, so she feel like that's a lot of women and a lot of people use their children as tools. Like saying, well, I'm gonna use my child, I ain't gonna let them see the child and this and that. But really, that be their get back. See what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if you can't have a conversation with the other woman and you can't have a conversation, say like, so he not with you no more. He didn't went on, he married to somebody else. So my question would be, why are you so angry? Why are you so mad? I want to know what's the problem. In my case,
Exactly.
seem like I'm the problem when I'm not the problem. See what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, a lot of other women, they feel insecure, and then at the same time, it has nothing to do with you. They still caught up in their emotions and their feelings because they feel like it didn't work out. With I feel like, and I'm gonna be honest, like the life that I want to have with my ex-husband, my first husband, is the life he gave up. See what I'm saying? But is I'm bitter? No, I'm not bitter. But I was hurt because I'm like, damn, the life and the things he was supposed to be doing together, we were supposed to be doing that with our children. That's why I gave him 2 children. But he went outside the marriage, he cheated on me, you know what I'm saying? At the same time, but I had to live with that. I had to accept that. Now, at the same time, once the judge told me that regardless of the fact that she shot you or whatever, you still have to let your kids go around her. So with that being said, my kids was around a woman that shot me the majority of their life. See what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, when you get in a situation like that, you have to have this talk with you and your husband. See what I'm saying? When you have this talk with your husband, so babe, we're gonna do it like this and that. So if she won't play those type of games, the only way y'all can fix that problem if you go to the courts. Because if she don't, if if her and your husband and your I mean her and your husband, which is the ex-husband, if they got a problem, she causing problem in your household because she not happy with herself. And a lot of women, they still not happy with themselves and they still bitter and they going off of their emotion. So in that case, you got to take that to court. And it's no, that's a no-win situation. Some women like, nah, we ain't doing that. I don't want my children around that beat. I don't want my children around. It's always they always target the other woman and call out other names and all that kind of stuff there. But at the same time, once you get out your feelings and put your emotions and your feeling aside, me myself, I could be around the woman that shot me. I can be around her because at the end of the day, I'm over her and what she did to me. Now, as far as being her friend, I can't be her friend because of what she did me. But she interact with my grandkids. She interact with my children. I could be around her, but she can't be around me because she insecure about me being around. That was once my husband.
Yeah, they got women that's like that. So what would you tell a young lady? So say for instance, just this hypothetically speaking, say for instance it was a time, right? That now this the whole time that the husband and the ex-wife was communicating with each other or whatever like that about the child. She would pick arguments, basically throw up old stuff out the past, do all this. Okay. Mysteriously, something happened in the family, a death in the family of the grandparent of her ex-husband. She comes to the funeral, she do all of that. Later on, some kind of way, mysteriously, she wanted to change up the location where they met to drop off the child to where she could be at the location, which any other time she's never at the location. She'll tell you, oh, drop them off by my parents or whatever. I'll pick up from by my parents, whatever the case may be. But on this particular day, she felt like, okay, I just want to see this dude, be in his face, whatever. So they got whatever they got going on. Then months, I must not gonna say months later, I'm gonna say days later, her and her friend come to Facebook trolling the wife, basically playing with the wife on the statuses and exposing that the her ex-husband and the ex-wife had a conversation going on, but they had to expose it to the new wife. Okay. So allegedly, let's just say the ex-husband told the ex-wife, oh well, I'm coming back, I'm coming get my family back, I'm coming do XYZ, right?
Oh wow.
Yeah, right. So he telling her all of this. Okay. So then the next day after he wake up, when he's not, let's just say he was drunk or whatever the case may be. Now he not drunk. He realized what he did. So now all of a sudden the ex-wife calling the phone. She trying to, oh, call me when you get by yourself so we could talk, whatever the case may be. Okay. So when they noticed that didn't work, now they gotta take it to social media, picking with the wife and stuff, just saying, oh, you gotta know. You get on the ex-wife get on the phone with the wife for 4 hours explaining to her how much of a good man this guy was. Now mind you, before this he was never a good man. He wasn't shit. He just all these bad things, right? And
Well, to
she
be
get on the
honest,
phone with the new wife and say
Oh, now
the
sniper.
total opposite of how good of a man he is and how she ready to come get in her car and come and get him in this stuff and do all that. What
well, to
should
be
the
honest,
wife do?
to be honest, seem like to me from what I'm listening to, the husband is the problem. He causing the problem. He playing two sides in the middle. He playing with her, and he playing with the new wife and the ex-wife. Because at the end of the day, you went tell her you want your family back and all that, and then when you sober, you didn't realize what you said, and now I mean he the problem. He causing the problem. He is the problem.
Okay.
He going back and forth, and that happens all the time. Men
Okay.
lie to us all the time, and that's what they do. You got at the end of the day, I felt like by the young lady knew that was my husband. What she was supposed to do is let me know because she's smiling good in my face. See what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if she would have told me that, I would have addressed the situation a little bit different. I would have waited till I saw my husband, and she would have been around, and I would have been like, tell him what you told me. I would have confronted the situation in front of my husband. See what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? So if you don't confront a situation in front of them together, one gonna say something other than what the other one said, and they
Facts.
good at that.
Facts. So let's just say this. So after the fact, when the husband tells the ex-wife, okay, well look, I messed up. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't leaving my wife. There was an accident. We ain't talked in over 7 years. You called me at a vulnerable moment. My people had done just died that was very close to me, you know, blah 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 blah. Now all of a sudden she wanna communicate, but she don't wanna communicate with the husband. She wanna communicate with the wife all of a sudden. You think that's weird? Cause
Yeah,
I think it's weird.
the she only doing what the husband allow her. If the husband would have put his foot down the first, and stop playing two sides, it would have never came to this. The husband telling the first wife something and telling the second wife, even though it been years and decades of this and that, he's still playing games. And literally you could see it, you could hear it. You know what I'm saying? Even though like men with other women, they still play games with other women. Like me, for instance, I'm not gonna get off into it or whatever because it's in my book. My husband never did want a divorce. He got a divorce when I got shot. So you got to make it make sense. And her being as a woman after she shot me, she got to think in her mind. I know she didn't thought in her mind, well, damn, I wonder if I wouldn't have never shot her, what we would have been married. No,
Yeah, that's
no, they wouldn't have been together because he was still sleeping with me and sleeping with her, but I still was your wife. At the end of the day, if you sleeping with him, you got to give him an ultimatum. Either you and your wife, I ain't gonna sleep with you no more. Me and you ain't gonna be together until you get a divorce from your woman. My husband ain't never got a divorce. We still would have been together because I wasn't going nowhere. Long as he wasn't going nowhere, I wasn't going nowhere. Even though he was cheating, I would have to find that out. And I would have to make my own choice and leave if I wanted to leave. But I'm not gonna
okay.
stay in the marriage and you constantly playing with me, cheating on me and this and that. I would have to build up enough courage to leave him.
I totally understand. That make a lot of sense. And that's why we trying to tell people, sometimes when it come down to, if I know I'm gonna act a certain way when I'm intoxicated, or I know I'm gonna say things I don't mean, then at some point you gotta learn your limits. So that's just something out there for the chat. If you know your limits, know your limits. Don't go don't go over your limits and you're gonna do something that you don't want to do or you regret to do it. Now, while we talking about this, let's go ahead and hop on the women. Cause they got some women out here that do mistreat men, do
Right.
men dirty, treat them like a dog, take all their money, they ain't got no gas to get to work. They going to work with no lunch and all that, but they paying all the bills and all that. How you feel about that?
Well, at the end of the day, uh, if I ever had a man to do all those things, and when I was young, I had men taking care of me and all that kind of stuff there. But as I got older, understand, I was ready to settle down and stuff like that. I didn't have them type because I had then did so much damage to other men. So I started to get my karma. But if today and today time, if I get a man like that, I'm gonna treat him like the king that I supposed to treat him. I want a man that's gonna treat me and love me for me and treat me like the queen that I am. I don't want a man. Oh, I like. I like an aggressive man, but not disrespectful. I don't want no hey Ann or baby you want something that I don't want no man that's tense. I want somebody to grab the back of my hair and say fuck this shit.
Now look, hold on, Miss Ann, because I gotta address some of
Yeah.
these comments real quick. Now, D boy, if a woman getting a abortion and don't be pregnant, is all kind of ways to find out if that woman pregnant. Y'all men gotta just be a little bit more smarter. Start telling them women, okay, well, look, I need you to pee on the stick in front of me. Don't let her bring you no stick, cause guess what? Her friend that's pregnant could pee on the stick. I done seen them games. I know people close around me done played them
So
games.
Ash, how you gonna rat on the women? How you gonna rat on the
I
oh
ain't right,
Ash,
cause
how
cause
you
you
gonna
know cause
rat
you know
on
I'm
the
a
women?
hey, I'm a real ninja at the same time too. So I just gotta keep it real a little bit around the board. I ain't gonna cut no condom with the women. I ain't
Right,
gonna cut no condom with the men, cause I'm gonna get back on them too. Cause a
right.
lot of things they need to be doing and learn how to do as men. But just to the men, like, it's all kind of ways to find out if a woman pregnant before you give them abortion money. But y'all be so dirty. A lot of y'all be married or in committed relationships and all that. If you stop all that lying and stop all that playing around, just think about it. It's really your karma, though. You know what I'm saying? You won't be out here playing. Guess what? My mama always did say it take money to play and lay. You can't play and lay for free. You
What
go in
I'm
up,
sure a
the
lot of
store.
these women they lie.
Nisha?
Yeah, you
Then
go
lied
in.
and said we was pregnant for to get money for abortion. A lot of women that did that one, ran that game. Yeah, I'm pregnant to get the money for the abortion and all that, and never was pregnant.
Exactly. And
Y'all
women
really
be
woke out.
women be 5 steps ahead of the argument because they be already arguing in their head. Because I do that all the time. I done reword the argument in my head, but 20 times before my husband got home. Okay, well, Ashley, what you gonna say? How you gonna say it? I'm in the mirror practicing how I'm gonna say it. Yeah, I'm gonna be aggressive. I'm gonna make that face I know he don't like. Where he gonna get real scared because he gonna think I'm but the trip out. So I'm gonna make that eye start twitching and that eyebrow start jumping like I'm the rock or somebody, just that one eyebrow, but instead of it holding still and holding up, it's gonna be twitching and jumping. And yeah, nah, I ain't gonna talk to him like that. I'm gonna be smooth with it. I'm gonna act like I don't know. And when he lay down, I'm gonna hit him with it. Like that's women already be thinking and planning that in their head before y'all even get there. That's how they, but
But you know
that's
what
how
else? You
they do
know
that.
what's a pet peeve of mine? If I'm in a relationship, I'm in a marriage or whatever, and we get into it, the worst thing you could do is turn your back on me.
Oh
I
yeah.
hate it. I hate it. Don't get in my damn bed. And if you sleep on the sofa, we over. Cause it ain't that bad that you yeah, it's over. If you don't come get your narrow, ugly, stupid looking ass and come get in the bed, we didn't have the fuss is over. You still mad about some shit that didn't happen last night. Come get your stupid, dirty sock wearing ass. Not dirty sock, cause you ain't getting in my bed. Come get your ass in the bed, man. I don't like that shit.
I'm gonna get in the
Nah.
bed.
And high
I'm gonna get in the
rise.
bed. I'm gonna get in the bed, but don't put your feet on me. Don't touch me, and don't come on this side of the bed. Stay your ass
And,
on that side. It's gonna be
and
cold on that side.
that's the high rise that was prime. At
That's
the
what I do my
prime,
wife,
Miss
man.
Ann can
I
use
get in the bed and I don't
profanity.
let her touch my feet. Don't touch my
Ev-
feet. I know
Everybody
you
on
won't
the
touch my feet.
board.
Don't touch my feet.
Everybody
Yeah,
on the board can
that's how
use
you do that.
profanity except for me. I'm the only person today on the board that cannot use profanity. Okay? I'm the only person. Miss Ann could curse, Tidy could curse, Boogie could curse. I am the only person that is not allowed to curse. And y'all should be
If y'all
proud.
notice, I ain't cursed either. But if he bring his ass, if he if he put his ass on that sofa and don't come get in that bed, we over. Providence deceased. He ain't coming back across the seal of that door. We over.
Yeah, thanks.
So, so if you out
And
there
like
and you
I ain't gonna lie.
listening,
My
don't go get
husband do
on the
that.
sofa.
My husband do that, and he'll act like he just like so tired, and that's the reason why he just couldn't make it upstairs. And then he get up here 4 o'clock in the morning, and all he sees is my little beady eyes looking at him. And he like, man, you ain't sleep yet? Nope. I was waiting for you to come your XYZ up here so I could XYZ. Now I'm going off at 4 o'clock in the morning. Now he like, man, I should have just stayed on the sofa. My husband got this thing because I ain't gonna lie, cause I, I ain't gonna lie, Miss Ann. I really don't care if they sleep on the sofa. Stay on the sofa. You want to sleep on that? Sleep on that every night. Don't even come up here. Matter of fact, I be going so far. I be telling him, you could take one of them children room. You could take my boy room, and the boy could go downstairs and sleep on the sofa, and you
No,
could go
I
in
don't
his
like to
room.
go to bed mad. I don't like to go to bed mad. I
I
don't
don't be
even.
mad. I just be
But
over
my
the whole situation. I don't even care no
so
more.
so
Like,
so how you feel about this? Say like if he wants some pussy and you don't want to give him none, or you don't feel like it, and when you want some, he don't feel like it.
wait, girl, Miss Ann, what you said?
I say like if he wants some pussy and you don't feel like getting him none, or you want some dick and he don't feel like getting you none. So I mean, if women don't be feeling
I
like,
feel like you never should deprive your spouse, even if y'all in a serious committed relationship, of no
but
love and affection.
if you don't feel good, if you
And
exhausted, so
now, if you
or
don't
some,
feel good and you exhausted, that's a different thing. We could go ahead, baby. Look, get your little 8 hours of rest. We'll handle it tomorrow. But it's a lot of people that's in relationships that, like you said earlier, that's be in relationship because of business, because they don't want to separate, because they want the money, they want their lifestyle, and it's like they both not touching each other. And I feel like that is the craziest thing in the world, because when you are not giving your partner what they need in the home, especially stuff like that, love and affection, all that, they eventually gonna go get it elsewhere. Especially when it come down to women, because I know women be trying to holler at men, but it's more men trying to holler at women. When y'all woman walk out there every day, is a man trying to holler at the gas station, a man trying to holler at the grocery store, a man that's trying to holler, like, and I'm saying this because this literally happens every day. I can show y'all my DMs. I can show y'all. I can start recording to show y'all. I could walk outside and go to the gas station. Somebody trying to holler. So y'all have to be more mindful, men, just as well as women. When you in a household, that will make your man or woman go out and cheat because you got other people that's willing to show them that love and affection that you should have been showing in a household. And they shouldn't have to go outside the household to get love and affection when they're doing everything that they need to do under that roof. It just don't go like that to me. But
But sometimes that be the test. It say for better or for worse, for sickness and health. If somebody don't feel like it, it is what it is. Go get in the shower, rub that dick down with some soap and water, and go sit your fucking ass down.
no,
I don't feel like
yeah,
fucking
and
tonight.
like I said, that's tonight. But it brings it back to what I said. They got people that's going months, 6, 7, 8 months without touching each other, loving each other. Like it happens. Like I have people that calls me. I ain't gonna call them friends. I'm gonna say associates because they know I keep it real. They get mad. They get mad because I ain't got no real friends for real. But even though they say they my real friends, quote fingers. Anyway, they'll call me. Oh, cause girl, I I was trying to do it with him and he acting funny, but I know he cheating. I know what he did. Da, da, da. He messing with so and so. And then I got dudes that call me, man, my old lady ain't touching me. It done been 3, 4 months in. I'm buying her flowers, taking her on dates and all that. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to talk to her and
How
all
you
that
gonna
other
buy
stuff.
flowers if you ain't paid a fucking bill? You want me to take flowers, but the water bill and the light bill done? Boy, bring the motherfucking flowers back. I don't want the flowers. I want the bills paid. The fuck?
Look, she taking that cream down on there till she had bills and everything too. Well, y'all heard that here first. So, hey, if your woman ain't touching you, try making sure the bills paid first, and then if the bills ain't paid, I'm gonna say once the bills get paid, then y'all may be able to work out something. But I'm just saying, there's a lot of people these days that be in a relationship, be married, ain't having sex for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months and all that, and they got men saying, "Oh, I don't know what's wrong with me," or let's just say,
Now let's say, wait, Ash. Let's say this. Let's say we have sex, right?
mhm.
So let's say I got a high sex drive, right? Let's say you get your nut and you ready to roll over. You ready? You didn't got a nut, and I'm still ready to go. I'm like an energizer. I'm ready to still go, but you didn't got your nut. So you think that's fair? Nah, nigga, you gon' and here you talking about, oh, you don't want to get hard no more. Nah, nigga, you gonna play with that bitch till you get a hard rock bottom, and I'm going rock. Nah, I say I wasn't saying right.
I'm just saying, yeah,
So
they
how
got
you
them
feel
out
about
there.
that? How you feel about him? Give me
How I feel about that is, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna have to use my brother Boogie one on this one. You got your solid 3 to 4.5 minutes. You better get you before I get me. You better get on that. And a lot of times, some women don't know how to work their muscles. Y'all better learn how to work their muscles because y'all really could catch our orgasm before men. But that's not here nor there
No.
because this ain't sex class. So I ain't gonna give y'all no lessons with telling y'all how y'all need to work y'all
see
muscles
this,
and all that.
see this right here, Ash. See this right here in this bag right here. Y'all see this bag right here? Y'all see this bag right here? This my backup plan right here. Y'all want to see what's in the bag?
Pull it out, Miss Ann. Go ahead, pull
Y'all
it
want to see
out.
what's in the bag?
Yep, we want to see. The comments want to see. We why it's so big, Jesus? It look big on my screen.
No.
Then it got a hook in it, Jesus. Lord help me, Lord. Then she got it to where you can stick it on the tub, the shower. It stick to walls, everything. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's gonna stick to her chair.
it's for the grown and sexy. Okay?
Well, y'all heard it here first, baby. It's a backup plan. Y'all gotta use that backup plan. I'm
No, for
crying.
me,
Then that
that's the
woman
first
say I'm
plan.
not. Then that
For me,
woman
that's
say
the
I'm
first
not
plan. There
washing
ain't
the
no
dishes.
backup plan. That's the first plan. That's the riding plan right there. The fuck?
Thanks. But Corey Red, you are absolutely right. You gotta please your spouse is a must or game over. So
I reckon
that's
it.
only gonna last so long. And yeah, uh-huh. You like me, Miss Pretty. I ain't got time for all them toys. Now, if y'all gonna deal with them toys, you let me I'm
And
just
I
saying.
wish somebody would say, "Oh, she too old." Guess what? It still work. It still squirt. It work in the
My
store.
mama said, nothing get old or cold but clothes.
That's right.
My mama, I ain't gonna curse today, but my mama said a cat
But they
will
be
work.
calling you old, but I ain't got no gray. I ain't got no gray hair down there yet, so I can't
My,
be old.
I'm crying. My mama said a cat will outwork a eggplant any day. And I'm saying it slow because I gotta make sure I don't say the actual words. So yeah, y'all
Right,
got.
right.
But yeah, like I said, when y'all men reach a certain age, you could put it in a deep freezer and it still won't get hard. That's what my mama said.
That part.
That
That
what my
part.
mama said. I'm just saying, my mama said that.
You'll
Now I
be
ain't
very
say that.
disappointed. Talking about hold up, hold up, hold up. I thought one nigga was about to catch a heart attack. I was like, God damn. How did he die on top of me? One
He
of them
boy
situations.
31. What you mean? I knew too much. Like what you mean? What I knew too much about? Cause I'm confused. Like, I'm confused. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
That's what my mama said, Corey. That's what she said. She said, let me tell you something. She was arguing. She wasn't arguing. My mama talk like me. Like how y'all hear me talk, like how I get up here and be saying all them words like that. Like my mama a trip. Like if I really could just get her to come on here for like 5 minutes, she ain't gonna do it though. She be tripping. She don't like all that. But if I could get her to come on here for like 5 minutes, y'all think I say some stuff. Her and Miss Ann together. Oh, girl, we gonna need Jesus, Allah,
Mary and Joe.
Jehovah, Mary Angel. We're gonna need everybody. Cause boy, them women that cut up so bad on here that'll be the day Boogie will get banned from YouTube for eternity. That's how bad it would be.
I just don't like the fact that like other women like they be mad at the other woman. So I didn't ran into situations where say like I try to tell the other woman and they be like, oh, you just hating it and you just mad and this and that. No, bitch, I'm trying to tell you about this nigga before you take this nigga. And once they take him, it be like a relief, girl. You know what? They won't send him back. They don't know what it's like until you live with. When you live with somebody, oh, now you won't send him back. No, girl, you want to make sure you keep him. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's people to keep him.
Facts. And that's the whole thing. Women really gotta stop doing that. Cause even to this day, women is cheeky. They'll touch, they'll play bop it with everybody man. Then when they get a man, people start playing bop it with theirs, that karma. Now all of a sudden they want to talk like how you just say they be talking. You can't
Right,
talk like, you gotta accept that because guess what? You was running with everybody else husband, everybody else spouse and all that. And it was fun then. It was fun in games. You up there, you sit in the pictures, the videos, see your friends and group messages, y'all laughing, trolling the girl all on social media.
right,
Now you
right,
crying. Baby, go ahead and cry. Weep on that pillow. Get that pillow
right,
some good head at night. Cause you
right.
put your own self in that situation.
But you know what? The world that we living in, a lot of people like say like you are still a man messed over his wife, or you are still a wife messed over her husband, or whatever, vice versa. And a lot of people think when they see other two people together in their mind, oh well, they such a happy couple and they got it going on and people got it going. A lot of people be on the outside looking in thinking that it's a happily marriage, but you gotta really think if. But you know what? When we talking to people that don't know nothing about God, don't know nothing about Jehovah, they don't know nothing about what the word say, in their mind, oh, I ain't done nothing wrong, or I don't care until they get married, until they get a husband, until they get a wife, because you sure gonna feel it.
Yeah,
You
you
sure
gonna
gonna
feel
feel
it.
it.
You definitely gonna feel it. And that, like I said, with your first husband, she insecure with you, but she might be really insecure because he probably was cheating on her the whole time and all that. Like you just never know, because just like you said, people paint these pretty pictures, and we on the outside looking in. You don't know what them people be
But if
going.
you had all these women took the stand against me, all your ex-girlfriends took the stand against your first wife for your second wife, come on now, you know you were still tapping that ass. Come on, man. Let's
Exactly.
do that.
That's what I'm going ahead and try to make them understand right now, because my mama always did tell me this too. Don't sit down and compare yourself to nobody and what they have, because you never know what they had to do to get it. You didn't know what they endured to have it. So you better thank God for what you got. So that's what I do. I don't get out here trying to say, oh, well, Joe Blow and them, they married, they going on vacation, they got Benz and Mercedes. You don't know if them people over there scamming, trapping. You don't know what them people doing, working for the cartel. You don't know if this girl might look happy every day, but she getting beaten, mistreated by her husband that she lay on side of every night. You don't
Right.
know. Cause she gonna come out here, she gonna act like everything is good. She gonna act like everything is cool. She gonna act like all this, because they got women that's like that. That's like they just okay with that. You got women coming from different backgrounds. You got women that grew up poor. You got women that grew up with no real love in the house from their mama or their daddy. And women they look for the love that they was missing growing up. They look for that in a man, but men don't really understand that. So you might have a woman that's clingy, and it gets to a point you like, man, I can't deal with this. Like, she just clinging all over me, but that's because she never really felt no love growing up. Or you might have a woman that had a mama that abused her mentally, verbally, emotionally, physically, and she get with you and you do the same thing. And it's like she just willing to accept that. But then they got some women that's like, nah, I'm not accepting that. I'm gonna fight back. Like, I'm tired of all that. So it just
So
really
as so
depends on
as
who you
listen
get with.
so as listen to this story. All right. The young lady that was messing with my husband before me and the second wife, right? I'm the first wife, she the second wife, but the girlfriend, the one who was his girlfriend before both of us was, against me. All the ex-girlfriends took the stand against me, right?
Yeah.
So that wasn't enough. So my first grandbaby, they allow her to christen my grandbaby.
Yeah, that's some weirdo stuff, but that's that. Like I said,
So I said that to say, so at the end of the day, you christen my grandbaby, no matter how you look at it, I feel like every time you looking at my grandbaby, you looking at Papa because that's the nigga you was in love with. That nigga you was with that nigga, but and he even got married twice on you, and now you christen a grandbaby. You got to make it
well,
make sense.
yeah, because she probably still dibbling dabbling and was dibbling dabbling. You know how that old school stuff work, but them people be together. They got side women that been side women for but 50, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70,
Yes,
80 years, and they be
yes,
okay with being a side woman. They be
yes,
okay long as they get their little $200-$300 a month or their little allowance, whatever the agreement was, or whatever he willing to help her with on the side. And they get to have their little sexual calls, and they get to go on these little sneaky dates, as they call them nowadays, sneaky links and all that, meeting up, hiding out, meeting up in different towns. Like people from New Orleans to go to Baton Rouge somewhere because you ain't gonna really see nobody out there. People from Baton Rouge to
right,
go to New Orleans or something because I ain't gonna see nobody out here. And that's really the type of stuff people do because I've seen it with my own eyes. Now I'd be like, so wait, y'all gonna drive way about an hour and some away, meet up with each other to get in the same car for all that. But I'm not doing all that. That's too much work. We gotta hide. The husband gotta be home by a certain time. So now you done drove an hour for like an hour to only be together for literally an hour. Do a quickie or whatever in a hotel, call motel, whatever. After y'all done went ate at Chili's, Applebee's somewhere, then you go home. Nah, that don't work for me.
but the bad part about
Me too,
like
Carl
being in a
Thomas.
marital
Hmm.
relationship, when the mama allow the husband or the wife to bring their other little side piece to their house.
Yeah, that's fact. And guess what? There's people that actually do that, and they be okay with that. But I'm not one of them that's gonna be okay with that. And that's just something that I just cannot do. And Miss Pretty, you're absolutely right. Comparison is the thief of joy. That's facts. Because guess what? When you comparing your life to somebody else, baby, you just not happy at all. And just because, like I said, you compare yourself to those people, that don't mean that's how life go. Like I tell my
Right,
children
right,
all the time. Like I remember one time, and that's why I say social media. Now this is the bad part of social media. Your children is being exposed to all kind of different things. That's why these children these days is so different. My daughter came to me when she was about like 14, 15, and she was like, "Mom, I think I'm gay." And I'm like, "What?" And she like, "Yeah, I think I'm gay." I'm like, "Okay, so what makes you think?" Because you
right,
know a child gonna be gay or something like that from youth. Like when I say youth, I'm talking about like 7, 8 years old. You could see it whether it's a boy or a girl. You
right,
never gave no gay vibe. So why all of a sudden you think you gay? Oh, because when you go on Instagram, you see all these girls dating these studs and they're happy and they're this and that. And guess what? Like I said, I'm a realist. So I sit there, I went on one of them little sex sites. I showed them what gay people do. I said, you think as a girl, you think you could do this? Oh my God, no, that is so nasty. I would never. Look at it. It's slimy. Exactly. So you're not gay. Don't sit down going on social media, seeing all these different pictures and videos and just thinking that's how life works, because that's not how life works. And then I started bringing some of my stud people around, some of my gay friends, because I do have gay friends and stuff like that. And they started explaining to her, like, no, them stud girls, they want to be men. They act just like men. They treat you just how a man treat you. They beat you, they cheat on you, they lie to you, they do the same exact thing.
I think
Not
they more
you.
aggressive. I
No,
think
they
they
are
more
more
aggressive
aggressive.
than a man. I think they, cause they likes to fight. They more aggressive than a man. They think they real boys. Some of them.
Nah, they really do. And Miss Pretty, you're absolutely right. Kids are very impressionable. That's why you have to watch your kids, watch what your kids are watching, watch who you allow around your kids. You gotta watch all that, because them children these days, they be watching, they paying attention to all the wrong stuff. And
Well,
I
I
say
didn't know
my
what
kids.
I didn't know what Jeffy was until my son said, "Man, Jeffy was jerking off." I ain't. It was a cartoon, but it was a nasty cartoon, and I was like, "God damn, who is?" I didn't know who Jeffy was, but it's a nasty cartoon.
And see, and a lot of cartoons these days are nasty. A lot of cartoons these days have gay characters in it, like where they're literally on the screen in relationship with same sex characters. It's just a lot. Like it's a whole lot of stuff. Like girl, life be life, and that's why I be trying to tell y'all, all the people in the chat, y'all really need to just learn how to literally enjoy life. Like stay sucker free. Really enjoy your life. Do what works for you. That let's bring it back to this marriage stuff. That's like they got some people where the man control all the money in the household. Just because they work in your household, that might not work in other people's household. You
Right,
got
right.
some men that bring the woman a check still. That still goes on to this day. And babe, look, you make sure all the bills paid. You make sure I got my necessities and my needs will, look like if you married to somebody, you should by now know what your wife or what your husband need, like, want. You should know all of that. And when you get these funds, you need to know how to make sure that everybody in the household is getting what they need, including the man that's providing. You got some people believe, okay, well, we married, you keep your money to your money, I keep my money to my money, and we just divide the bills. You pay half the rent, I pay half the rent, you pay half this bill, you pay that bill. They got people that's just like that. So my advice to y'all would be, do what makes you happy and what works for y'all. And when I say y'all, I mean you and the woman and the man. Nobody could tell y'all what to do in y'all household. Like nobody. Like
And I want
when
them to
I say
know that
nobody, nobody.
y'all, for y'all who don't know, I am a comedian. So don't take nothing personal with me, like for us with the dildo and all that kind of stuff. I am a comedian. And at the same time, I just like to make people laugh, enjoy my life or whatever. I felt like this the grown and sexy or whatever. So don't get offended if somebody be like, "Oh, she's so nasty and this and that." I'm still human. I got it, but I never used it. But I use it like for my props and stuff like that. But if I had to use it, I would. But I never used it. So there you go.
I'm crying, but everybody should know that though. Yeah,
No,
blue. I ain't gonna lie, Bluey was confusing me, Nikitra. I was a little confused, and I really don't like Bluey, and I really felt that they should have just kept Blue's Clues with the children. But come to find out, Blue's Clues is a little girl anyway, and not a boy. And I thought the pink one was the girl. Like I don't know, I was confused. But it took for Bluey to come out for people to explain the stuff with Blue's Clues too. So yeah, right now I don't have no children that young in the household that's actually watching stuff like that. So I just kind of be like, okay, to each his own. I just know whenever I bring a young one into this world, my child gonna be raised on that old school law too. Like I just was telling my husband that earlier. Like I don't know, like maybe I'm just so different because my whole life I was just around older people. Like everybody way older than me. Like my one brother got 10 years on me. The other brother got 15 years on me. My mama was older. My daddy was older. My aunties and uncles and stuff like that, they was older. Like everybody just older than me. So I
I
was
don't
around
think
old
two.
people.
I don't think two people should like say like you got kids. I don't think two people should be on like in the bed together and they got small kids. I don't think they should have sex while the kids is in the bed
You're not
because
supposed
because
to.
kids know how to pretend like they don't see and pretend like they sleeping.
No, they really do. And then when your child walking around here humping somebody are walking around here looking at their genitals and stuff like that and doing weird stuff at daycare or in pre-K, and then people calling y'all phone. Yeah. My soul is very anointed. I told y'all I'm a changed person. I just want to let y'all know. Look, let me tell y'all something. Hi, my name is Ashley, and I'm a recovering cursing addict. I'm addicted to cursing. But I am currently an hour and 24 minutes and 10 seconds sober.
Good job.
Yeah, I'm doing great. Yeah, Miss Pretty, that'll have you in a whole different mindset. I ain't gonna lie. I be conflicted a lot, dude. Like, cause I just want to act my age sometimes, but then I look at people my age and I'm like, they still doing dumb stuff that they shouldn't be doing. So I'm not gonna go that route. Like, y'all, like, people like to live above their means. I don't know if y'all caught it like a couple of days ago. Me and Miss Ann was talking about these high price shoes, clothes, and all that. I'm the type, I don't live above my means. I could have it, and I'm still not gonna go buy it because you need to make sure you got money set aside for a rainy day. Because these days you have been to give people money, help them and everything, and you could call them and ask them for $10, and you done gave them thousands of dollars, and they'll have it and tell you they don't have it. So you got to be making sure these days you're really smart at that. Like, you can't, that's just me. I ain't living above my means. I'm gonna do what works for my household, for me and my husband and my kids and his kids, and that's how we gonna roll it over here, because that's how you make it last. You can't be
Right.
doing all kind of weird stuff. Like, if I knew my husband and gave me money, I'm not gonna let that man come home and the lights off and or the water off, or we don't have no food, or he don't have what he need. Like, nah, we can't do that. And
So
sometimes
what
y'all.
if you're a woman? What if you're a woman, and I'm sure they got women on here, then mess with, somebody with somebody, a married man or something like that. What if you're a woman and you didn't fell in love with somebody and they got somebody, and you just feel like you just in your heart that you still in love with this person until you want to leave them alone, but for some reason it's not that easy. You constantly saying, "Oh, I'm gonna leave her alone. I'm gonna leave him alone," but deep down inside you can't leave him alone in your mind. So I wonder how other women feel like when you get caught up in a situation where he never told you he was in a relationship with somebody else. He never told you he was married, and now your feelings involved and this and that. And the other significant other or the wife don't know nothing about you. You know about the wife, but she don't know nothing about you. But you feel like in your mind that you in too deep. But it's not gonna get better. It's gonna get worse. The longer you stand involved with somebody or married man or somebody else spouse, the worse it's gonna get.
Okay, facts. I ain't gonna lie. I put a status on Facebook a few weeks ago, and I told people, because I went through a real personal situation that really hurt my feelings, and I text one of my good close to kin, and when they literally told me just sorry with an exclamation mark, ain't check on me, and then the next day after this catastrophic thing happened in my life that I'm still kind of going through, I was like, you know what? I'm cutting everybody off. It's just gonna be me, my husband, and my immediate family. When I say immediate, I mean if you ain't came out of my mama, just don't even worry about contacting me about none of your problems. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to help you. I ain't got no money for you. I just ain't got it. I can't feed you. I can't do nothing for you. So yeah, I agree. Now back to you, Miss Ann. Now that right there, I done seen plenty of people get caught up in that. And at some point, if you need to even go get therapy, baby, go get therapy. Whether it's a man or woman, you got to give it up. Because if that person doing all that, at this point, they playing in your face. They don't really care about you. They don't care about the feelings. And then, first of all, you lied about X, Y, Z. So you didn't even give me the choice. See, a lot of women, from women point of view, they get mad because when they find out things and they go off the hinges, that's because you didn't give me a choice. Because
Right,
if you'd
right,
have told me the truth from the beginning, you don't know how it would have felt. I might have said, you know what? Okay, he got a wife. I know it's a sin, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it because I've been sinning. But I'm gonna go ahead and still mess with you. But I know not to get my feelings involved. I know this is basically a business deal. Yeah, and now mind you, I ain't laying with you for free. If you could take care of the whole household, baby, you gotta figure out a way to make sure my needs are met too.
right,
But men don't do that. A lot of times men lie. So
right.
when you lie and that woman go off the hinges and all that, that's all on you. But to the women all the men that's dealing with that, get you some therapy, baby. Get you some help. Get you some outlets. Start dating, talking to other people. At this point, you got to move around because you got to love yourself more. Because
But the
people,
cool part about it, Ash, is like some outside women, outside men, they feel like, oh, I'm gonna be loyal to a married man. How can you be loyal to a married man or a married woman? Y'all
they
gotta
got,
make that make
yeah,
sense.
they do have to
How
make that
is
make
you
sense.
disloyal? How you loyal to somebody that got somebody?
You do have to make that make sense, and a lot of people out here are like that. Like I know this one girl in particular, like the man just kept telling her dreams he was leaving his wife and he was doing XYZ, and she stayed loyal to him, and guess what he ended up doing? Screwing her cousin in her house, and now her and her first cousin is literally physically fist fighting over this man. And you know what he did? He put the girl out the apartment because they had got the girl up. Well, he didn't get the girl an apartment, but he got an apartment because his name was on the lease. It was just in his name because her credit was so bad she couldn't even get her own apartment. And that's why I have this thing about putting people on my leases and stuff like that. Now, this man that went changed the locks, told you had to get out. Mind you, you the one paying the rent on this apartment. So that brings it back to what I said. If you that delusional to sit down and be loyal to a married person that ain't showing you no signs that he's leaving, because before a divorce come, separation gonna come. That mean that man gonna pack all this stuff. He gonna leave that house. He don't care if he gotta go put his stuff by his mama house, his daddy house, whoever house, but he getting up out of there. If that man ain't showing you no signs that he getting up out of there, baby, love yourself more. Stop trying to be loyal to somebody who is not loyal to you. You get
I
fat in the
feel
middle
like
of the
even
night.
when holidays come around, I don't feel like you obligated to buy him that. If you messing around with somebody else,
You not.
spouse or whatever, why would you buy him something and he gonna take it home, or you buy him cologne or whatever, and he gonna be putting it on for his wife or his significant other? I feel like at this point, if you messing with somebody on the outside, I mean, what's the point? What's the reason?
And that's my whole point. It brings it back to what I just said. They gotta love themselves more. First of all, I'm not buying you nothing if you married to somebody else. I'm not buying you nothing and you can't spend no holidays with me. I'm not buying you nothing. It's because most men that's married, they don't buy the side woman nothing for holidays. They don't call them for holidays. They don't see them. They might send a text. And that's that. I'm not doing that.
And
And
you
I
know,
advise
some of them
you
that do.
that.
Some of them spend time in the daytime with their family, and at night they go spend time. They split themselves up. They go spend time with the side piece, but all in the daytime. And then they got some of them don't call you on a holiday at all. You don't get a phone call, but you still waiting on that phone call. Y'all got to make it make sense. You
They
got to
definitely
have
gotta make
self
it make.
love.
And far as David, you saying what's my opinion on abusive women? Now you trying to be funny, but my opinion on abusive women, just keep your hands to yourself or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you got to defend yourself, go ahead and defend yourself. But just going around here fighting men and all that, don't do that. And that's just something y'all should not do. Me, myself, personally, I'm sorry if a man try to fight me, I will do my best to take him down. I don't care. But that's just because, like I said, I grew up fighting boys all my life. So
I ain't
people
gonna
are
lie, I had
different.
that bad. If I catch you in a lie, or I find out we in the car and you driving, oh, you gonna get a 1, 2, 3 right fast while you're driving. I used to do that too. Like, yeah, you gonna get a 1, 2, 3 for lying. Yeah, like you're lying. Yeah, you gonna get a 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So I
Sometimes
had
they
to
got to
break
get
out
that.
of that because at the end of the day, I hate somebody to lie to me. And then at the end of the day, I find out the truth. All you have to do is just be real with me. But I catch you in a lie and you driving, oh yeah, you gonna hit the steering wheel. You is.
And I really don't like that though, because people really be lying. Now that's my pet peeve. My pet peeve is a person lying to me, and the reason why I say that is because I make it very clear you could keep it real with me, and I hate for a person to come and tell me their darkest secrets, but something that would pertain to me, that will harm me, hurt me, or whatever the case may be, whether it's my feelings or whatever the case may be, and you lie to me about it. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie. I hold grudges too. So it take me a while, and I've been like that since a kid. I don't know why. I just do. Like I could forgive you. Don't bring the stuff up again, whatever the case may be. But in the back of my mind, you could do one thing 2, 3 months later, and I'm gonna flash clean out because now I'm thinking about the time you lied to me about something, and I'm like, man, we grown. What is you lying to
So
me for?
that means you
I told my mom I'm not
if you
that.
bring it up 3 months later, that means you haven't forgave. I had to learn to keep my hand to myself because if you lie to me, I'm gonna get you while you drive. You gonna think I forgot about it and it's gonna come to my mind and I'm gonna get you for it. So at the end of the
That
day, if
is
I forgive
forgiving.
you, huh?
I said it is forgiving because I ain't said I was gonna bring it up three months later. I said if you do something like lie again or just do something that I know irritate me, I'm gonna think about that and then I'm gonna go clean off. Like I'm not gonna bring that up, but I'm gonna be thinking, but it's gonna be on my mind because I'm like, dang, like we just was good. I just forgave you for lying, and now you gonna come and try to play in my face again. Now you're playing with me, and I don't like to be
So how
played.
you feel if somebody, all right, women, the ones that on here or whatever, if you've been with somebody and you caught them cheating, can you do y'all feel like you could ever trust that person again?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. So, like, no, I ain't gonna lie. I can't. Like, cause it's always gonna be in the back of my mind. Cause if you do it once,
Right.
you could do it twice. You do it twice, you could do it three times. Like, nah, like, and nah, cause then at this point you're playing with me. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm one of the type of people I start building cases. I'm better than the DEA, the DA, the judges, everybody, FBI. I got a whole file. Now I'm keeping receipts on you. You don't even know it. One day you just gonna come home and I'm gonna be gone. Pack my bags. I'm gonna leave everything. Just pack my bags and just go. I'm notorious for that. I'm notorious for that. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm very notorious for just packing up and just moving. And I think that's because I moved so much as a kid. It's nothing for me to just get up and go. Like some people will think about it. They'll be like, nah, I don't really want to move. I'm just gonna try to see if we could just split and do this and that. Nah, I'm not doing all that. Ex my ex-husband. One day I just popped up and came, got all my stuff. I ain't argue with him. I ain't fuss with him. And I brought a nigga there with me to come help me get my stuff. Come on, help me get my stuff. They dapped each other off. They drunk a bit together and everything. The new dude helped me pack all my stuff up from the old dude. And guess what? We got in the car and I left. Like that's the type of stuff I do. I ain't gonna lie, I do stuff like that.
Nah, girl,
I gotta
that's
keep it
very
real with you.
totally disrespectful.
Yeah, it is. But guess what? It was disrespectful when you lied to me. It was disrespectful when you put
Yeah,
me in
it was
uncomfortable
disrespectful,
positions.
true.
It was
But too long
disrespectful
don't make
when
no right. That could have turned out bad. Somebody could have got hurt.
nah, if it would have turned out bad, if it got hurt, hey, let it be what be. Cause guess what? Somebody could have got hurt when you lied to me too. I could just say
Yeah,
how you
that's
talk about
true. That's true.
punching a person and all that while they driving. I could have said, you know what? F that. We gonna both die today, inject that wheel and run us into a good old pave on 310, 610, I-10 by 10. It don't even
Right,
matter. Cause guess
right,
what?
right.
At the end of the day, you're too old to be playing them type of games. Now I can understand when you're a little teeny bopper. And when I say teeny bopper, I'm talking about anybody from 18 and I'm gonna give it to about 25, 28. I can understand you making mistakes. I can understand you're lying. I can understand you being confused. But when you get to a point where you in your 30s, your 40s, and your 50s, and you out here still playing these type of games that you playing, that just don't even make no sense.
But I don't like the fact that some people make excuses. Oh, I did that because you wouldn't give me no head. I did that because you wouldn't give me no pussy. I did that because you wasn't cleaning the house. I did that because you wasn't cooking. Really?
Yeah,
The fuck? All
exactly.
kind of excuses.
And guess
But
what?
people know how people is before they even get together. You already know the bitch was dirty. You already know you was pissing all on the toilet seat before y'all even got together. You didn't been around anyway, you done pissed on the toilet and came in there. Ain't even when a man come to my house and he go piss in my bathroom, I'm listening to. I want to hear if he running water to wash his fucking hands. Is
Mm-hmm.
because if
Mm-hmm.
you come on my bathroom, I mean, you ain't got a paper towel and you ain't even wash your hands. And let's make this clear: rinsing your hands is not washing your hands.
Thank you. I stay telling people that if you ain't
Got
using
to be
those
no
soap,
cap.
if you ain't using those soap, and even with people that wash their face, I hate a person that just use water on the towel to wash their face. Cause baby, you ain't washing your face. You just rinsed your face. That's all you did. You rinsed it. You ain't wash it. Cause if I take an alcohol pad and swipe it across your forehead right now, I know I'm about to see every dirt Jesus created. Baby, I'm gonna
Right,
need you to go and come up with a face. I don't care if you gotta take a Dove bar soap, something. Wash your actual face. Wash your
right.
face. But hey, people, I don't know. People was raised weird, Miss Ann. I ain't even gonna lie to you. A lot of people really think that's washing hands and saying that, I remember one time I got into it with somebody for not washing their hands, and they try to compare. Like, okay, well, when you use the toilet and you flush it, and they just got with just water in the toilet. I mean, that's not the same thing. It's totally different. I don't know how they try to compare that, but y'all, if y'all know me, y'all know what my mouth was telling them people. Y'all know I call them all kind of nasty da 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 dot da dot the dots all under the sun. It was everything in the book. every name I could think of. That's what she was. And then it was a female too. I'm telling y'all, but they got some. You know what? I'm not even gonna get on these nasty people today. And guess what? I knew I was right, and I know I did right. That's what
So
you
I
was.
just, I just, I just wonder why when you like you try to talk to other women, or you might like I try to reach out and talk to other women about certain things about life. Why instead of them listening to you and growing from what you're trying to tell them, not to make the same mistakes you made? Why they always take that and run with it and feel like say like I might try to you just jealous of that girl or you just jealous. Why it's always got to be you jealous of somebody? Why it's always if you try to school somebody and tell somebody a little bit about life, why women always feel like the other woman or some woman got to be jealous of them when they trying to just school them? Why it's always got to be jealousy?
All right.
Mm.
I'm gonna tell you like I told you before. I was raised old school. I learned early because I was one of them type always trying to help somebody. Oh, because you could work here. You fill out the application here. You could do this. You could do that. Guess what? My mama told me one thing that made sense. I never forget. I was always the one thought I was too smart for my own good. Matter of fact, I ain't thought I was too smart. In my mind, I knew I was too smart, but I didn't know it was for my own good. And so let me tell y'all what I used to do. I used to want to sit up there, think since I'm so smart and elevating the head of everybody. I can't get knocked down. One day mama told me, you know what? I ain't telling you nothing else. I'm gonna let you go out here and feel it. Life is the best teacher. So I done got over that. I don't tell nobody nothing no more. See, when they call me, I just sit there, uh-huh. I got people still calling me from about 10 years ago. Oh, cause girl, I should have just listened. You was right. Yeah, I tried to tell you. So guess what? Now since life done knock you down, beat you up, blacken your eye, flip you over, killed you, put you in the mortuary, dug you up out the morgue, put you back in the morgue. Now you're calling me. Don't call me on my phone telling me what I already knew. Cause I tried to tell it to you. And you didn't want to hear me. So that's why I'm at with him is saying like I've been stopped trying to tell people stuff. Cause what I'm not about to do, cause see these girls these days, when you older and you go at them trying to tell them something like you got some age on them where you old enough to be their parent, they
Right.
they not gonna hear you, but they ain't gonna want to get like all disrespectful with you. See these new girls, when I go try to talk to somebody my age, they won't get on Facebook making statuses. They want to talk crazy. They want fuss and fight. They want throw slangs. Okay, now we got a problem. Cause now I gotta beat you up because you thought you was Iron Chest Charlie, and I gotta show you I'm tough Tony. That don't work like that for me. So I just learned to just say, you know what? That's your life. If you want to be foolish, and I'm trying to give you game because I've been there, I've done it, I done saw it because there ain't nothing new under the sun. Only thing that's new under the sun is social media. Other than that, everything changed, everything come back, everything recycled. That's like back in y'all days. Y'all been was wearing bell bottoms and all that. I'm 35 years old. I done seen them people bring bell bottoms back for men and women at least 10 times. And I'm only 35. They take it away, they bring it back. They take it away, they bring it back. So
But
nothing new under the sun.
ever so often, ever so many years, the world changed. That's why when some people be like they getting rid of certain things, they don't wear that no more. Hold on to it because it's coming back.
Yeah,
Hold on to it,
exactly.
it's coming back.
Exactly. And that's what I try to tell people when they come down to life. Baby, if somebody, no matter how old you are, there's one thing my mama always told me. You never disrespect nobody that's older than you. And when I say older than me, I ain't talking about I'm 35 and you 37. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like if you had to come to me and try to tell me something, Tidy had to come to me and try to tell me something, Boogie try to come, y'all got years on me, at least a decade. So
Right,
I'm
right.
gonna hear y'all out. I'm not gonna disrespect y'all. Even if I don't agree with what you're saying. I'm not gonna be like, cause Miss Ain't you talking to me? You just jealous. You just mad because I know I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna hear you out and be like, you know what, Miss Ain't? I'm gonna hold on to that. I'm gonna take heed to this because you might be telling me something that I could use down the line, or you might be telling me something I could pass on to somebody else. But
Right.
like I said, not everybody think like me because I'm real rare and I'm real different. They might have a few people out here on the same chord, but we ain't playing the same note. We be a little different, but it's
So
okay.
So I'm at a point in my life where, like, say, like when I got two closets. I got my closet, with all that closet for that closet for. I go in there and I be like, you know what? A lot of us have stuff. See what I'm saying? And I find myself thinking a lot, and I be saying, you know what? At the end of the day, we all got a number. All gonna leave this earth one day, and we don't know when we gonna leave. And I be like, you know what? It's stuff that I wear one or two times and stuff in this closet, stuff in that closet. And I be saying, if I die today or tomorrow, some of my kids or somebody gonna come up in here and they gonna get whatever they want and stuff that I love and I cherish, but I don't like. Yeah, I don't value that. You know what I'm saying? I don't. That's not my idol. But at the same time, another man treasure is another man treasure. See what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So the stuff that we have, you know, you and I don't. A lot of people don't think like I'm older now, so I think like that. I be like, you know what? If I expire today or tomorrow, I be thinking, well, wonder, who gonna get this? Who gonna have this? Who gonna want this? Who gonna and stuff that we put so much energy into, they might not even want it.
Yeah, that's facts, and another thing I just want to tell people in the
I'm
chat,
on the
like
podcast.
if you got kids and all that, try to set up a written agreement on what child get what, who get the land, how they gonna split the land, how they gonna split the house, how they like get all that paperwork in motion. Because I ain't gonna
Correct.
lie, when the older people die, like the parents and the aunties, the grandmothers and stuff like that, they just have it set up to where like it's family property. Now you gotta sit there, open a succession. Now you gotta argue, fuss and fight with people. Now you gotta do all of that. Like, and it's like I even tell it to my mama because my mama old school. My mama just like, okay, I got two pieces of property, I got four children, y'all figure it out. But I will say this, like I'm happy that I was blessed with older brothers that was already kind of like established. So it's like they was like, nah, we good. Like y'all, the two younger ones, y'all figured it out. And my younger brother, he got his own, so he done said, I don't care what you do with it. So it's like, but I try to get her to set up something. So y'all gotta really start setting up something, because like when you got older parents and stuff like that, or when you getting older, how Miss Ann saying, well, I'm trying to figure out who gonna want this, who gonna want that. That's a discussion that need to be had. And black people don't like to have the discussion because like my mama say, oh, because I ain't dying no time soon. I'm like, ma'am, I understand that. We not trying to rush your death. We don't want you to die. If you could stay here for the longest, I would want that. That's like my grandmother, my oldest aunt. Then people died on the same day. Literally, they died on the same day. While my grandma was dying, my auntie was dying. So we trying to be in two different spots at the same time. Like their
Wow.
funeral was in the same week. And I would like for me and my mama to grow old like that. But when you go talk to black people about that, especially black parents, older black parents, they get mad. They don't want to hear that. They, oh, because
And
you're
then
trying to rush
everybody
your death.
should have insurance. Everybody, even if you're a grandparent, even if
Yeah,
everybody
facts.
should have insurance. Nobody shouldn't be living in a world without insurance. Even if it's $5, $10, $20, that's a necessity. That's one of the most important things. Nobody should have to put up and say, "Oh, I got to do a GoFundMe. I got to have a supper and all that kind of stuff." There, we living in a time where expect the unexpected. You don't know what's going. You don't know what tomorrow
And
going to
that's
bring.
and that's facts. And it brings it to that. A lot of times insurance companies is trying to make it hard for people to get insurance, especially minorities. And minorities is of course blacks, Mexicans, people of that descent, the brown people, the yellow people. They trying to make it hard. Like I had got some new insurance policies and all that on myself and my husband and everything. Man, and people wanted to come to my job. They wanted to draw my blood. They want to do this. They want to do that. And even if they want to do that, y'all still just go through with it. I mean, because that will really make people mad too. It's kind of frustrating now, even finding a legit insurance company, because a lot of these people be scammers. You die, you've been paying on this policy for 20, 30 years. That's not even a legit company, or they don't have the funds, or they don't went under. So like Miss Ann said, get you a policy, be mindful of the policy you getting. State Farm Company is a good company to get life insurance through if that's what you're gonna get with, because I know for sure they legit. I mean, I'm sure there's a million insurance companies out here. A lot of times we be already set up on insurance from kids and who our parents went through. Just make sure it's legit.
Cause
But yeah,
my mama had that talk. You know, my mama spent like close to $40,000 on my brother. My brother had the white horses and all that kind of stuff there. And now that we had that talk, and she was like, if she knew then what she know now, she probably wouldn't have spent that money. But by my brother being a well known celebrity or whatever in New Orleans or whatever, she just felt the need that she wanted to go all the way out for her son or whatever. But at the same time, just to cremate somebody, it's like $1,500. See what I'm saying? And we had to
yeah.
talk like the casket that my mom was like, my brother in the wall, my grandpa in the wall, my dad in the wall. So my mom was like, I bet you if they open that vault, that he not gonna be in the same casket. If we spend $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 on the casket, They might not even be in the same cast. All they do is resell the cast. They deteriorate. So two chances to one, it might be in the box. We don't know. See what I'm
Yeah, that's
saying?
fact.
But I don't get the part where people bury people with jewelry on, with
Because then
stuff
people definitely
that
take that off them.
come on now. Guys can
Yeah,
be more careful.
they definitely take that off them.
So a lot of people don't want to have that talk, but at the same time, they need to have that talk. Like I tell my kid, like my daughter will tell somebody or whatever. I tell them, well, I got this, I got that, or whatever. But I be thinking, I be saying, what, anyway, something happened to me today tomorrow. It's just somebody else gonna get the shit that you wanted. You always wanted. You always wanted this. You always wanted that. And to you, it meant a lot. But to somebody else, my turn, like my daughter, I try to get her to wear Gucci and all that to her graduation all the time. And she was like, Mama, I don't want that. I'm not wearing that. I told you that before. She not wearing it. And when they see her, they be like, well, that's the one that she not. And my oldest son is just plain Jane. He is 42 years old. He live by himself. He got his own house. He love his pit bull more than he love anything. Got to be more careful.
Nah, but for real though, so I'm saying, check. Guess what? We 1 hour and 49 minutes in, and I haven't cursed yet. So yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna say it again. Hi, my name is Ashley. I'm a recovering cursing addict. Only for these 2 hours though, cause yeah. Soon
That's
as
all
y'all see that
you
thing.
were telling the chat now. If you'd have been telling them something, trust me, you was in your nice little conversation. You would fuck with them, you'd have cursed them out a long time
No,
ago.
I've been reading their comments and stuff like that. I just don't want to overtalk Miss Ann because I want her to get out there and say what it is because nobody can give you a point of view like an older person. You know what I'm saying? Especially with what we talking about
Right.
right now. Like we are talking about like real life facts, and of course, you know what I'm saying. Like I know the real ones was gonna be in here. I mean, like I tell people every day, y'all get up in here, y'all say we talking mess, we being messy, we this and we that. But when we talk real life topics and real life things, y'all don't come here for those real life things. Y'all want just what y'all want. Y'all want mess. Y'all want the lies. Y'all want the tea. Y'all want to clock it. That's what y'all want. So we give y'all what y'all want. But like I said, today was a day where we just wanted to speak some reality, like speak on real things that's happening in our lives, not BG, not murder, not Turk, not none of these people. Because at the end of the day,
Not
when the people
Brooke.
shut the
Not none of
yeah,
them.
not Brooke, not none of them. Because when we shut this internet off and y'all shut this internet off, we just want to drop some Jews today and also get y'all opinion and y'all point of view as well on these Jews we're dropping because a lot of times people be going through a lot of different things, and of course, none of us is gonna get up in here and admit the real. Well, I will, but because I really don't care what y'all think. But most people feel like, nah, it's just better left unsaid. I deal with it on my own time. But all this was to let y'all know that it's okay to come out and talk and just be realistic about things that's happening in your life. Everybody done been cheated on, everybody done been lied to, everybody done been misused, mistreated, taken advantage of. Everybody, at least once or twice in your life. If you sit here and say you never got played, you've been a player all this whole time, I fear for you because
Right.
that means what God got in store for you is gonna be too big for you to handle when it do happen. So I just wanted to let y'all chat people know that. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't gonna curse them out, Tyler, because I've been reading their comments and it actually wasn't too bad today. I
Uh-uh.
ain't seeing nobody say nothing crazy to me to try to provoke me. Everybody been very supportive of me not cursing.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Like,
just want to
nah.
say, like a lot of people, they might like be curious. Like I've been in the wheelchair 30 years, and I'm not gonna paint a picture and say it was all good years. Some of the years I felt like it was the worst years of my life. I don't wish being in a wheelchair on nobody, but at the end of the day, what I couldn't have never overcome a lot of stuff, a lot of obstacles, and a lot of things that I overcome without Jehovah in my life, without him in my life. If I wouldn't have had him in my life, I probably would have got my leg back. Like y'all say, go get your leg back. I would have got my leg back. I probably would have wound up dead or in jail because they probably would have wanted to retaliate, and I didn't care. But I thank God for allowing for His grace and mercy for allowing me to draw closer to Him, so I cannot be bothered about people on the outside that's saying, "Oh, you let somebody shoot you and you didn't get your leg back" and all that. But at the end of the day, what I'm gonna tell y'all that's out there, the biggest lick you can get back is letting go and let God and giving it to Him. Because when
Yeah.
He gets the lick back, it's gonna be well got back. See what I'm saying? So I thank God that I know what I know now, and I am the person that I am now. Because if I was weak minded, like a lot of y'all, I'd be self destruct, and I'm not gonna self destruct. God allowed me to be here for a reason with a bullet in my chest. And at the end of the day, I went to the doctor last week and I got good news. Sooner or later, I'm gonna be back on my feet. See what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I want to be prepared mentally when I start. Even though I'm about to be 60 years old, I still want to be prepared mentally.
Right.
Because me walking again is one thing, but I could walk again and still have that same mentality of going around feel like you play with me. I don't want to have that same mentality. I won't have the stand your ground. If somebody mess with me, don't get it twisted now. I ain't no punk. But at the same time, I want to be surround myself with positive people. I ain't got to run into those type of people. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So I got to prepare my mind, my body, and my soul. And the only way I can stay away from those type of people is when I start working against some things I got to let go. See what I'm saying? Some things I can't indulge in. Because at the end of the day, that's why when I go live, sometimes I have to turn my comments off because I know if you come for me, I'm gonna be tossing and turning, flipping and if somebody said the wrong thing, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna come back and you know what? That is in the power of the tongue. I can hurt somebody with the words out of my mouth.
Right.
And that's
So
fact.
I gotta prepare myself because when I went to the doctor, the only thing they gonna remove the bullet out of my chest, right? And the reason why they gonna remove the bullet out of my chest is that I can't have. I think I can't have an MRI. One of the CAT scans. I think it's the MRI. One of them I can't have because I got lead in my body. So my doctor gonna see how far it is and where it is. It's still in my body because I taste it from time to time. And in the wintertime, I could taste the lead, right? Just imagine you got something still inside of your body. So my
Right.
doctor is trying to find out where is it so he can get it out of my body. Once he get it out of my body, then they could see what's going on with my spine. I'm an incomplete, I'm a T7. A T7 is I have feelings just below my waist. That means my all my feelings. Like I have feelings. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. But my feelings is like a sensation. It stopped below my stomach. So once he get the bullet out of me, then he could work on the back and see where, like when I got shot and the bullet went into my chest, the fragment from the bullet is sitting on my spine, which causing me, sitting on my nerves, what causing me not to walk. So I'm not. They got a complete and they got an incomplete. Incomplete is mean that my spine is not several. A complete mean they will have to mend your spine back together in order for you to walk again. If that makes sense to a lot of you, I
Yeah,
broke it
yeah,
down for you.
it makes sense for me because, like I said, I'm in a medical field and I've been a medical assistant, a CNA, a phlebotomist, everything, community health worker. You gotta worry. I get it. I totally understand, and you gotta understand. Like a lot of people have to understand. Back when you got shot, they didn't have the technology they have now. They didn't have the
Right,
tools they have
right.
now. So a person that's getting shot these days like that, a lot of them is walking because they got different type of physical therapy
Because
for
they
them. They
catch
got
it. Yeah,
yeah, they got different type of machines and stuff where they can remove these things and look at your spinal cord, refix it. You know, they got robots even with the doctor just putting his hands in there, guiding the robot on how to move the tools. Like it's a lot. So, and that's what brings it back to that situation with what you were saying. At the end of the day, your story is always going to be a testimony for others. So you never know why God put you in that position. You know what I'm saying? But
I know why he put me in that position. I know why he put me in
yeah,
that position. So
yeah,
at
but
the end of the day, that was his way because at the end of the day, a lot of young girls don't know me. A lot of older like girls that grew up with me and all that kind of stuff. That I know if I still would have been walking, I probably would have been in jail the rest of my life for killing somebody, or I probably would be dead for somebody trying to kill me. So he
yeah,
allowed me to be here to raise my children, and to be here to share my testimony with other people, other young girls and other young men that's they don't know that the life that's ahead of them. I be trying to talk to a lot of them and letting them know that at the end of the day, I'm only trying to talk to you so you won't trade places with the things I've been through. See what I'm saying? I did the jacking, I did the robbing, I did all this. I did so many. I was like a female trapped in a male. I was like, I'm a female trapped in a male. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm a
yeah.
female, but I trapped in a male body, something like that. And I was doing what ninjas wasn't doing. I was jacking and robbing. I was sleeping with guns in my under my pillow. I go out on a date with a man or whatever, and I'll be there already. Like I have the gun under my pillow and it's that. And when he get dressed or whatever, he'd be like, I pull the gun from under the pillow. He'd be like, so you had that the whole while? Fucking right, I had that the whole while.
Yeah,
See what
you
I'm
gotta
saying?
protect yourself. Gotta be more careful.
Yeah,
And
got to
that's
be
why,
right frame on you. So I done did
exactly.
all those type of things or whatever, and I know deep down inside I would have been walking sooner. But to be honest, with a lot of people that don't know, I wasn't prepared mentally. I
Facts.
wasn't prepared mentally. If
Because
I
that
would have
mental
been
gotta
walking
be
anytime
prepared.
sooner, and they play with me like they've been playing with me, which when I was walking, they weren't playing with me like that. I damn near were some of like two girls that call themselves playing with me. They try to play with me because of my situation because they know I almost ran them off the road in New Orleans East. So I guess they felt like that was their get back. But they was worrying about me then when they should be worrying about me now. Because I feel like if somebody play with me in a wheelchair, now I feel like you're trying to play with me because of my situation. See what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that's why I stay out of harm's way and I don't go to certain things because at the end of the day, what's in me could come out me. And I don't want to do
Facts.
that and I don't want to live like that. So at the same time, I know why God didn't allow me to. God showed me how I was going to walk again, but I know why He didn't allow me to walk again because I wasn't mentally prepared. If I just think about it like this, if I go off like I go off in a wheelchair, I don't just be talking to be talking. I don't be doing all that balking and ain't gonna bite. That's me. So my anger is out of my mouth because I can't deal with it physically. See what I'm saying? So if I
Yeah.
can't deal with you physically, I'm gonna harm you with my mouth. And he said your mouth is swole. I can say something to make you want to kill yourself. See what I'm saying? But at the
Facts.
same time, that's why I'm still sitting in the wheelchair because he like, you know what? At the end of the day, I wasn't mentally ready. You know what I'm saying? And if somebody could say something to me, I mean, I ain't gonna never be no punk B. But if somebody could say something to me small and trigger me off, that mean I'm not mentally ready. I'm
And
not
that
mentally
mental,
ready.
and that's a lot of things that I just want to speak on real quick. With your mental, baby, y'all gotta prepare y'all mental for everything that y'all dealing with in life. Because if you don't, it's gonna break you. No matter what your situation is, no matter what it's about, you have to always be mentally prepared. That's like a lot of girls going to get the weight loss surgery. They get the weight loss surgery a year later, they done gained back the triple the weight or double the weight that they already went did. But that's because they wasn't prepared mentally. Because you, even though once you lay on that table, you lose all that weight in the beginning, you still have to maintain that surgery. You still gotta exercise, you still gotta eat healthy, you gotta drink all this protein, you gotta do all that. And there's a lot of things with people jobs and stuff. People be like, man, I want more money, I want more money, I want more money. And sometimes having more money is not always good because there have been times that I've been on jobs making $28 an hour and I was miserable. And there have been times that I've been on jobs making $20 and I'm happy as I don't know what. Like just happy, going to work happy, coming home happy, and stuff like that. So you just have to be mentally prepared for everything in life. It ain't just about catastrophic stuff like what Miss Ann saying with her story with being in a wheelchair and everything is about literally everything you have to mentally prepare yourself for. You have to mentally prepare yourself for when your kids step out. When they get of age, they 18, you got a black son. You got to worry about if he gonna make it home at night. Cause he might be in a wrong car at the wrong time or with the wrong friends walking down the wrong block. Anything can happen. Same thing with your daughters. I stay in Texas. Texas is big on human sex trafficking. A lot of these little girls just disappear from out of our neighborhoods. And I ain't talking about no rank-a-dank neighborhoods. I'm talking about nice subdivisions, walking home from school with their little plaid skirt, school no more than a block or two. Your daughter don't make it home. So you have to mentally prepare yourself all
Yeah.
on the board for everything in life.
You know how
So
strong I had to be, Ash. I had to be strong mentally because at the end of the day, like from the time, all right, put yourself in my shoe as a woman, right? This woman then did this to you, right? And then your ex try to take the children. You know what I'm saying? It basically like just like your life and from kindergarten on up, graduations and college, wedding, and all that. You got to be some type of strong individual mentally to deal with the fact that no, I'm sitting here, the sister sitting here, the ex-wife sitting, I mean the new wife sitting here, The ex-husband sitting there. You got to be strong to mentally to deal with this type of stuff. And when people try to come at me, I be like, you know what? You know, it had been time where I had to fight off demons. Where it was like, you know what? They playing with you, people playing with you, and this and that. I had to fight off so many demons that was telling me, they talking about get your lick back, go get your lick back. I had to fight demons where I was with somebody and it was like, you know what? I'm tired of seeing you like that. I'm tired of seeing you hurt. Let me go handle that. You know, I had to fight. I had to deal with this for 30 years. See what I'm saying? So I said that to say you when they talk all that shit about me, I gotta tell my own head to myself because I had to be strong for me.
Facts. Because if you don't, nobody else will. And
And
that's
if God
gotta
forgave
understand.
me, if God forgave me, because I shot somebody, I stood over him and emptied a gun. Like, nah, you know what I'm saying? So when I got it back and I heard God say, you know, I said one day I was like, Lord, look at everything they doing to me. He said, well, look at everything they did to me. He
Yeah.
said, you weren't about what they did to you, but look at everything they did to you. I mean, look at everything they did. They nailed me to a cross. But so I had to take that. And God said, I forgave you. I heard him tell me, I forgave you when you did what you did. When I shot dude, it wasn't justifiable. I was caught up in my feelings. I used to ride a motorbike and he had a broad on my motorbike. And I got caught up in my emotion. And I followed him in the Calio and I ran him down like a dog and I emptied on him. I emptied. See what I'm saying? But I only hit him once. But you know, when he went to the hospital, you know, but I said that to say, nah, he was a he was a God bless his soul. He was that dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He he was a hitter. I'm gonna say that. So I felt like in my mind, you know, you hit somebody else, and if you ever play with me, in my mind, you play with me, I'm gonna hit you. So I wind up hitting him with his own gun. See what I'm saying? And I got off. So when I was crying and moping, saying, Lord, you know, why? And when God said, why not? And God said, well, I forgave you. And what made me separate myself from this guy is that when he got out the hospital after I shot him, we wound up getting back together. See what I'm saying? I went to the hospital cutting up. He had all kind of females up there coming up there and all that kind. I said, y'all worrying about him. Y'all need to be worrying about me and get your ass up out this hospital. So they wound up putting me out the hospital and all that kind of stuff there. But he still wound up coming back to me. And what made me leave him is like we got in a fuss again. So he hadn't forgave me. Oh, I thought he hadn't forgave me. So we in the house and we fussing again. And he was like, nah, I ain't finna let you shoot me again. So once he was like, he wanted his lick back, that was the end of our relationship. Because it was gonna be either me or him. And he wanted his lick back. So that's what made me leave him, because I know for sure he was gonna get his lick back because he was, you know, a hitter. I ain't messing with no anybody or whatever. I already know he a hitter. So the best thing for me to do is get up out of this because either I'm gonna do him again or he gonna do me and I might not survive. So that's how I got up out of that. And I said that to say that, you know, God forgave me for doing what I did because he ain't make it right. He didn't have a gun on him, but I knew his lifestyle, but he didn't have a gun. So that didn't make it right for me to premeditate and do what I did with him. See what I'm saying? And it's most to the story in the book because, you know, I had to sit there on lock with NOPD. I'm gonna just say that
Okay. So,
uptown. And I was
hey,
that fine and that pretty. And you know what I'm saying? It was to the point to where I'm being so fine and I'm promising police or some pussy and all that kind of shit there. So if I promise you some pussy and you won't be with me, I'ma wait. So I'm gonna promise you some pussy, but I want you to do this for me. See what I'm saying? So
yeah.
at the end of the day, it's deep. See what I'm saying? So when I went to court and stuff like that, I ain't gonna tell the whole story because it's in the book or whatever. I get a chance when I do my book signing and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I was that girl. And they had a lot of niggas that like wanted to be with they wanted to be with me and this and that. And I used my body and my mind to control of the men. And whatever I wanted, I got that and some. That
Yeah.
shit, they taking these little girls they taking his kibbles and bits. If y'all go look at my pictures and all, I've been doing this shit when MCM and Gucci down to the socks, to the tennis and all that shit there. You know what I'm saying? Been jacking and robbing and doing all this, I was jacking and robbing and I ain't had to jack and rob. I'll be with you and you the man and I'm gonna get it out you. See what I'm saying? If you the
Yeah,
dope man, I'm gonna rob you. You know what I'm saying? I've been there, done all that. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, God spared my life. And when it came down to the point where I draw closer to God, you know, I was reading John chapter 14, letting out my heart be trouble in my father's house of many mansions. You know, when I read that and I draw closer to God, I gave up something. I got closer to God, and I realized God said, I forgave you. So I had to forgive her. I had to forgive her because he forgave me. Not that
facts.
if it was something, if I ain't knew nothing about God, I would never forgave her. And if God would have never forgave me and he wouldn't have never spoke to me, I probably would have went try to get my lick back. I don't care nothing about nobody people. I don't care nothing about nobody family. I ain't care nothing about that. I was that girl. See what I'm saying? And if I live for people and worry about other people, I would have been one got my lick back. I could have been one guy. I could have been through the rock and hide my hand. But I asked myself, is getting your lick back gonna get you out the wheelchair?
Yeah, that's facts. And see, that's the whole point that people don't understand. Twitch is just like YouTube or whatever like that, but it's better than YouTube from what I was told. We would like all y'all to start setting up accounts over there on Twitch and subscribing. We love y'all if y'all don't mind. Hey Peachy, I see you done came in the building. Ghost. I agree. But at the same time, it's men out
I'm
here
on the podcast.
that's also getting diseases doing the same thing. So yeah, I totally understand. But I just want to let y'all know that everybody be fighting them demons, the voices that be telling you to do stuff like that. And just like Miss Ann said, baby, you got to be strong. You got to hold in that word. You got to get that word in no matter how you got to get it in. And guess what? Teaching yourself is the best teacher. So if you got to get you a study Bible, whatever it is, don't rely on no man, going off no man word. When I say a man, I ain't talking about like a man you're being with. I'm talking about like how we like to just go to church and say, okay, oh, we went to church, we heard the word today, so we don't have to study the Bible. Nah, you got to study your Bible, you got to pray, you got to meditate, you got to learn God for yourself, because that's the only way you're going to be able to get the messages clear, that when the demons talking to you, telling you go do X,
Right.
Y, Z, the only way you can be able to communicate with him for real if you know him for yourself. So y'all really need to start learning him for yourself. But on top of that, we all got to realize we all are human. We all are fighting demons. We all sit down as a lot of things like Miss Ann said she done, and that's a real one. When you done did some shit, so you got to just accept what it is. And y'all can say shit now because actually we over our time. So yeah, the 2 hour segment of me not cursing for Ash Wednesday is up. Just want to let y'all know that. So if y'all hear me say a word here or there, you can't hold it against me because I made it 2 hours without cursing. But anyway, but anyway, yeah. So, I just want to let y'all know all that, and to the people in the comments. Once again, we teaching y'all some real life stuff. I'm just Miss Ann running it, letting y'all know. Make sure when she drop that book, y'all go cop that book. You know what I'm saying? Because
Oh
that
yeah.
book will have some good life lessons in it that can help us in certain ways or help people we know in certain ways. So make sure y'all go ahead and get that book. But yeah, people, don't let them demons just be out here talking to y'all and y'all ain't got nothing to fight them demons. Cause baby, ain't nobody trying to end up dead or in jail. I don't care if you think you tough Charlie, Iron Chest Charlie, whoever tough Tony, whoever you want to be today,
Right.
the Hulk. But baby, you could sit up there and say all what you want to say. I done been in plenty of situations. I ain't gonna sit down and act like I'm just no innocent goon. I done had guns pulled on me. But by the time I finish flipping the fuck out, nigga be like, bitch, you just so crazy. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just let you live because you just that crazy. Your life that bad. You putting a gun to your head with my hand on it, telling me, fuck it, go ahead and kill me. Like I don't, I done been in a lot of situations. But we'll talk about that another day.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Like I done did it all. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm a real ninja. Yeah, Gotta let y'all know. There's a lot of stuff. You look at me. Oh, she's sweet as sweet potato pie.
hmm.
Mm-mm. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. Nothing close to it. But I done changed my life for the better good because I got people like Miss Ann that's around my head telling me their life stories. I'm looking at these situations. I'm able to overcome and be guided in the proper way because I'm paying attention. I take heed. That's like I tell you, I don't cut nobody off from telling me something. Now, if you telling me some bull, some BS, I'm going to dismiss you. Go ahead, get out my face. But if I know you telling me something that's going to help me, that whether it could be the smallest thing, I'm gonna
Right.
go ahead and take heed to that. That's gonna be a mental note that's gonna be in the back of my head every day. Like before I get up, I'm gonna think about it. Do I really want to go to jail, or do I really want to die? Do I really want to lose my life? Who gonna take care of my children that I got here? Who gonna do all that? Cause nobody gonna love yours like you love yours. Nobody gonna take care of yours like you take care of yours. And you
Right.
really just be more mindful of those type of situations before you put yourself in it. So if you know you got a man, a woman, or whatever the case be, like Miss Ann said when she first came on here, because I know y'all don't pay attention, so I'm gonna go ahead and repeat. If you in an abusive relationship, or you in a relationship that's not working, that may cause you to be abusive or get abused,
Right.
go ahead and let that go. If y'all know y'all arguing every day, fussing every day, y'all can't make it work. Y'all so irritated, y'all can't stand each other, y'all hate each other. Before you go out here and cheat, play with somebody's feelings, play with somebody's heart, mind, money, go ahead, baby, and just move around. That one thing right there will keep you out of a lot of situations. And I had this thing bad where like when people would call me to come fight, call me because something going on. I'm getting up, I'm running in the middle of the night, don't know what's going on. Might have been calling me to my dad. Many a nights, that's how I said I know God real. Because if I had to tell
Right.
you what I really done been through, the things I really done did, the things I really done encountered, like I told y'all, I moved around a lot. New Orleans is a tough city too, but I done stayed in some rough cities too, besides New Orleans. And I'm telling y'all, they all go for bad. So I learned when I go to these places, mind my business, do what I gotta do, stay out the way. So that's what I do. But that came with learning from my mistakes, with always trying to run and help people, always trying to be in something. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, F that. Like, you don't call me for nothing good. You don't call me when it's
Right.
all good, but you can call
Right.
me when it's time to fight. We
Right.
get y'all ever had somebody call y'all to get y'all on the scene or whatever like that, and they be talking about all what they gonna do, then they get there, they waiting on you to go out there first. Baby, this
Right.
your
Right.
problem. Why I'm going out here first? But it took me a while to learn that though. Like I had to learn that because I'm that one. I love hard. So that's why I had to learn that I can't be out here loving on everybody like that. Like I literally have a heart of gold. And if I mess with you, I mess with you. So if that
Right.
means losing my life, going to jail for you, all that, I was willing to do that. But I had to really start thinking logically. Like Ashley, like, you getting older. God been sparing you. And it's gonna be one day, you ain't gonna make it out that person house, or you ain't gonna make it out that situation. So you need to wake up. And like I just had to learn. Like I just really had to learn, like y'all. So please take heed and be mindful to everything that's around you, your surroundings, the people you hang with, because even the people you hang with sometimes, even your family. I'm talking about the cousin you grew up with in grandma's house and ate cereal with, y'all slept in the same bed. You gotta be more careful. You gotta be mindful.
Got to be
You
more
got you,
careful.
got- you got to watch them people, because sometimes it ain't always your enemy out to get you. You're thinking your enemy is that girl down the street, but the whole time your
Is it your
cousin,
family?
exactly, the whole time your cousin are joined up with the enemy down the street, telling her everything, giving her everything, and that same enemy coming to you telling you, look, all right, I know we've been beefing. But this just so fake, baby. I gotta expose your family, baby. Your family ain't, let me see the receipts. Oh, okay, so that's how she rocking. Oh, that's how he rocking. So yeah, be very mindful. And just like Miss Ann said, baby, get yourself mentally prepared for everything. And for her to sit on here and say that in front of all y'all, everything she tell y'all, she take courage. I'm gonna say that take courage. Like she's literally an open book. Some shit she done said, I wouldn't have said. I would have never told y'all that. But at the same time, she a real one. And you can't, and I'm not saying I'm not real, but it's like how she said she had to cut off her comments and stuff, because I'm like that. Like I would literally sit down. That's why I stopped podcasting in the beginning, because people would get in the comments and they would say things, trolling, and now I'm arguing with a person, but then I had to realize I'm arguing with a person that's hiding behind the screen. You will never say
Right.
who you really is. You will never say where you really live. You ain't really even trying to get this smoke for real.
Right. Right.
But
Right.
it's the
Right.
fact that, like I said, brings it back to social media. You got people laughing at their comments, turned into memes, saying this and saying. So it's just like for me, it was a little overwhelming. So for me to get back on podcasts and actually start talking and being able to open up and tell stories, or tell my stories, or get on here with Miss Ann, Boogie, Tidy, and we all talking about our stories and stuff like that together, telling y'all stuff like that. It takes a lot for me to do that. Like it really do. Like every day, it takes a lot. That's why I get on here and I be cursing so much, and I be going off as soon as somebody says something stupid. Because first of all, I feel at a certain age you shouldn't be so dumb anyway. To get on here to be saying something so dumb, like
Right.
because y'all do say a lot of dumb stuff. Not the people that's in the chat right now, but the other people that be here, they say some stupid shit, and it will really make you just be like, "What the fuck?" Like, and then now you going off. But
And then
I'm
what I
working on
don't like is they'll come on here and they'll listen to what we saying or listen to what I'm saying, and then they got some stupid ass on here gonna take the whole conversation and turn it around. Oh well, Miss Ann said this, and Ann said this, and the shit just they just then twist the whole story around. So I learned now, like when people come at you with certain shit, nah, you ain't got all the facts, because I didn't went head first off for some shit somebody said, and I was like, you know what, I should have kept my damn mouth shut because they can't, well, it wasn't even the truth. Got
exactly.
to be more careful.
Got to be more careful. But I just want to let y'all know, cause we into 27 minutes over. Actually, we ain't really 27 minutes over, but we 18 minutes over. So, but yeah, we're supposed to start at 6 o'clock. Had technical difficulties, so we're gonna go ahead, y'all. Wrap this up, like Boogie would say, like Tidy would say, like Miss Ann would say, including myself. We love y'all because y'all could have been anywhere else, but y'all came here. Y'all showed love on Ash Wednesday. Y'all got to see me not cursing for 2 hours of my actual segment. I did not curse none on Ash Wednesday until after the fact when we ran over, and that don't count because y'all didn't say I had to do it the whole time we was on. Y'all just said just for Ash Wednesday. So Ash Wednesday was over with 19 minutes ago. So we gonna go ahead and drop them positives for y'all and let y'all go ahead and catch us tomorrow. And like I say, Boogie said, Tidy said, Miss Ann, you're always welcome. It always was beautiful talking to you. You're a realist. I love you. Everybody love you because baby, you is one of the realists. And if they
I
don't
love
love
that
you,
too.
guess what? They hating on you. And baby, right string, wrong yo-yo, because they can hate on you all they want. God
Got
gonna
to be
put you
more
in place.
careful.
Big facts. So God gonna continue to put you around people and places where eventually you're gonna be bigger than the people that thought they was bigger than you. And you
Right.
already there. But it's gonna
See,
go a little bit more further. They putting hearts for you in the chat or whatever like that.
Yeah, did.
Yeah, they up there saying how cute your hair is. You got them wanting short hair.
I
Yeah,
do
baby.
my hair too.
Yeah. Big facts. And yeah, I was 5150 behind people that wouldn't even cross over a puddle for me. Because guess what? Every fight I ever had, whether it was with a man or a woman, whether it was a gun put to my head, whether it was me putting a gun to somebody else's head, it was always me by myself doing these activities. It
So
was
much.
never nobody else coming to help me or nothing like that. A lot of people be like, oh, well, you got brothers, you got brothers, you got brothers. And like I said, my mama always told me growing up from a girl, don't go out here putting yourself in those situations. You got to put your brothers in these situations. Your brother got lives, they got families. You might be calling them to their debt. You might be calling them to go do a jail sentence. Now, I got one
Yeah.
brother that my baby brother, that's Mad Max. Y'all remember Mad Max off of what that was? I think that was Belly. No, that was
Nah,
Shotters.
that was shy.
Shotters. That's Mad Max. Mad Max don't give a fuck about nothing. He got enough guns to fight the U.S. Army. All my brothers got enough guns to fight the U.S. Army. But my other two older brothers, they gonna think logically first. The young one ain't thinking logically. So I don't never call that nigga for nothing. I don't care what I could have been. He could tell you one day. He could come on here and tell y'all. Every time I done fought a nigga, fought a female, he always come after the fact because somebody else don't ain't call him. By now, I done beat these motherfuckers up, done took whatever I need to take, the trolling, doing whatever I want to do, tease them, talking crazy to my eye. That's why I knock you out, bitch. Yeah, all that. I don't call him. But yeah, I don't involve my brothers in nothing I got going on. I don't involve nobody. And I start thinking, I'm like, damn, I got to be a fool at this point because I really always run for people. Don't even know if that's gonna be my last time running. And then I had to start
Right.
looking at my kids and stuff. And then I had to start thinking. And the last time, and this is a true story, like 3 years ago. Oh no, it was like 4 years ago. The police put me in handcuffs in front of my children. I was in Texas. I'm like, damn, well, where my children gonna go? I ain't got no family up here. My mom and everybody back home. I ain't got nobody to call. So yeah, that kind of got my mind right because I'm like, dog, I'm out of state. I can't be doing what I would do in Louisiana. I can't be doing Louisiana activities. I slip every now and then, but I don't slip like I used to. I'm a work in progress. So we're gonna
Well,
drop
well,
positives.
tomorrow's the anniversary of my brother. Is that my brother got killed July the 31st. Tomorrow is the
Oh
anniversary.
wow. And yeah, y'all go ahead, send
Tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tomorrow. Send one up for Warren Mays or whatever like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we gonna go ahead. Look, E talking about he trying to get Twitch. E, we gonna tell y'all but Twitch again tomorrow when Boogie on here. That's Boogie job. I be putting everything on my brother. That's Boogie job. My
Yeah.
job is just get on here, talk crazy, keep y'all entertained, keep laughing with y'all, and showing y'all love. That's my job. But we gonna go ahead and drop these positive. And somebody in the chat say rest in peace, Warren Mays. We're gonna go ahead and put that up there.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 504 spazzed out. You ain't missed out. You came in here late on purpose because it's Ash Wednesday. It's all right though. I bet you if I was talking about BG and them or murdering them, you'd have been your little pissy self in here. But we gonna let y'all slide or whatever like that. Mm-hmm. But
Tell them
yeah,
right string wrong yo-yo. Right
right
string
string
wrong yo-yo.
wrong, yo. Mm-hmm. You gotta be more careful. Everybody dropping rest in peace. Warren in the chat right now. I don't know if
Thank
you can see it,
you.
Miss Ann, but they dropping it or whatever. David, I don't know why every time we getting ready to end our live, you come on here talking about them Texas boys. I don't know none of them Texas boys. I don't know none of them people. All I know is every time I done ran across one, we get into some kind of way because I ain't gonna lie, Texas boys be acting real feminine. Like Louisiana niggas, they act a little bitchified too, but it don't be like to the point of where you gonna sit up there and really argue with a female. Not too many niggas in Louisiana argue with females. I mean, but Texas niggas, oh, they turn into Saucy Santana real quick. But that's no,
Oh.
ain't no Houston.
Yeah, you
Ain't
better
no
get out
Houston.
of here before you curse
Eh,
somebody out.
Yeah, look, you know, cause he like to say Houston. Nah, I done dealt with him in Dallas, Arlington, all over. I ain't talking about dealt with him sexually. I'm just saying for his business and all that. I would rather not. I like to stick with my home team, Louisiana homegrown. Very bitchified. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let Miss Ann drop her positive. And then I'm gonna drop mine, then Tidy gonna drop his. So Miss Ann, what would you like to say that's positive to these people in the chat that could go ahead and carry them for a couple of days?
I want to say keep y'all head up. Put Jehovah first. And another thing I want to say, a lot of y'all that have parents, love on your parents, love on people that love on you before it's too late. Because somebody don't have a mother, somebody don't have a father. So at the end of the day, only what you do for Christ gonna last. Put him first. Love yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, you can't love nobody else. Got to be more careful.
Got to be more careful.
Mm-hmm. There you go. You heard it here first. And I'm gonna just go ahead and pick it back on Miss Ann. I'm gonna say that it's entirely facts because as my brothers sit here and discuss their mothers, I don't have my father. He died. So I am totally in agreements with that. Is a lot of things that I wish I could be doing with my dad now at my older age because he died when I was younger, which was very hard for me.
Right.
So if you have your parents, I don't care how much y'all don't get along, how much y'all be beefing, how much every time you call your mama or daddy, they fussing, they nagging or whatever like that.
Right.
Sometimes them older people would just be stuck in their ways. But love on your parents, start setting that stuff to the side because I guarantee you, the day they close their eyes, you're gonna miss them calling you, cursing you out. Or you gonna miss
Right.
them saying, boy, I sent you to the store for beans and this and that. You come back here, I tell you white beans, you come back with red beans. You gonna miss all of that. So go ahead and love on your family. And it's the
Right.
same thing. If you got kids and stuff, like Miss Ann was saying, I tuned into her live earlier. Baby, forgive your kids, love your kids, and just pray for them. Because sometimes they're young, they out here in the world, they don't understand. They got people putting stuff in their ear. They seeing different things on social media. And a lot of these kids in my era these days, oh, because I'm just cutting everybody off because I'm talking to my ancestors and I'm doing this and I'm doing that and I'm just a spiritual being and I don't want to have anything to do with that. Sometimes you just gotta forgive your kids. Us as kids, we get a little cuckoo and stuff like that, and I
Right.
had to learn because, like I said, I'm the only girl. So me and my mama, we used to get into it a lot. And it would be times I just stopped talking to my mom for months at a time or whatever like that. Like it was so crazy the other day. I'm going through something personally, and she was just like, I had called her and I was like, I asked her for something. And she was like, "Oh, Mama, I ain't got it right now," because that's my nickname, Mama. Mama, I ain't got it right now. I wish I would have had it. I have it this day. And then she gonna say, "Well, you still love me, huh?" I'm like, "Ma, why would I not love you? I mean, I get it. You know, you don't have it.
Right.
You know, I get it. It's life. It's a situation or whatever like that." But she just so used to me just feeding off of whatever vibe she give. She was expecting me to act like that. But I'm getting older and I'm understanding that my mama not gonna be here
Right.
forever. So I
Right.
just want to
Right.
make these memories with my parents. So that's my positive. Be loving to your parents. Be
Right.
loving to your kids. Be loving to those people. Now, what you do with your cousin, aunties, uncles, I don't really care because I know aunties and uncles, and you know, they could be a little narcissistic and stuff. They're a little weird. And sometimes if they don't like you, I'm letting you know. If they don't like your parents,
They don't
they
like
don't
you.
like you. I'm letting y'all know that now.
Hmm.
I'm just telling
That
y'all.
part.
So that's a positive. So when you're not getting them invites to them family functions and them family
Ash, something wrong with your mic, Ash.
Got to be more careful.
Man, she gonna get it together. Her mic ain't muted. Her shit must have dropped. Ashley. There she go.
but
There she
yeah,
go.
that's my positive. Go ahead on, tidy with yours.
At the end of the day got the end. To the loop. Man, my positive gonna be real short and simple, man. Rest in peace to my auntie Deborah. She passed the other day.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you know, I found out from an Instagram post, you know, some weird shit, but yeah, man, love y'all people, man. Stay close to y'all people. You know better, you do better, show
Right.
better, teach better, lead by example, man. Let go and let go. Tap in tomorrow from 6 to 8. Don't be late. You bitch you. I could curse you, foggy bitch.
She's so cold. Hit your pose. After hours, just to turn up with a hose. Tryna pick a partner she already chose. Broke niggas got her turning up her nose. She's so cold. And she know. Yeah, she know. Yeah, she know. She's so cold. And she know. Yeah, she know. Yeah, she know. How you strutting around this bitch? That pussy better be good. Get out the car and leave it running while we fuck on the hood. You could bring all your little partners, yeah, I got them, it's good. She love the fact I'm getting money and I'm fucking her good. Can't be no weak nigga, girl out your range. Only big league niggas, this not no game. Man, these she eat niggas, and not no brain. Won't get them cheeks if you ain't got no name. You lame, diamonds make her dance, she go pussy pop. Yeah, know I get the bag, make her pussy hot. Make you wanna kiss it when I pull it out.